I was on my way, and I was like, shit. I forgot that I had like a couple of things to take care of. I had this the new Mercedes. I had to take it to get the windshield replaced. I had to take it because it had some codes for the battery was replaced and the brakes were changed. But Mercedes, you have to use the Mercedes computer to wipe out the code. So it still has code on it. It's going out tomorrow for rent. So I got to figure out a way to tell the guests, hey, everything, you have nothing to worry about. I know it says leave the car running, that battery is low, but the battery is not low. It's just a code issue, But the windshield, I could not rent the car with the windshield broken. There's no excuse for that.
Is it bigger than 2 inches?
Oh man, it's like a big U. It's like a big U. So I had to go.
Which is expensive in that.
Oh yeah, I just changed it right there. It cost me a whole bag.
They have sensors?
It had to calibrate and all that stuff,
Probably like $2,000.
Yeah, it was like 1,700. It was 1,500 and then 250 calibration, 250 calibration and then 1,500. And 1,500 for the windshield, 250 calibration. It was a mess.
It's a GLS, no?
Huh?
Is that GLS or
GLE?
GLE.
GLS bigger.
What year is that?
What year is what? That is 2020.
2020?
Yes. You don't mind me recording this,
No, I don't.
I put on my YouTube, It's like a podcast almost, My stuff is like, because I have relatives from Africa, they watch, they always ask me, what are you doing? They want to see, They want to, they want to like kind of live like precariously through me, They want to see what I'm doing, what I'm always up to. So I'm like, just watch my YouTube channel.
You live in Nigeria, man?
Huh?
You live in Nigeria?
No.
No? Never. You don't give a damn, man.
It's not that I don't give a damn. It's just that I've not built up enough things here to go back over there. And if you go back over there, you need to come back with some wealth. You know what I mean? So I have a house, I have some cars, but I want to have more. I want to have a piece of business in Nigeria before I go back. I want to have something that makes, you know what I mean? Like I can jump on the plane here, go over there with no money in my pocket. And when I get there, there's money being on ground, being made,
You say your father is here, right?
Yeah, my dad lives in New York. My dad is in New York. He moved back to Africa, and then he came back over here. But now he lives in New York. He used to live in Chicago. He used to live in Chicago. I mean, as a matter of fact, when my dad came from Africa to the United States in '88, he came to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta, he came to Chicago. Because there was more opportunities here back then, in Chicago. He moved to New York. No, he came back from Africa, he just decided to stay in New York. Opportunities, you know what I mean? My dad is a hustler. He figured it out. So now this car rental business is good over there. So we do together. So we get some cars over there.
You don't want to go to New York?
I want to go to New York, but I know so much here. I know so many people, I have so much connection, I know the city like the back of my hand. If I can't make money here, I don't think I can make money in New York,
Why New York? I always thought Chicago was better. There's more shit going on here. I mean,
The truth is this, right? In New York, there's more money flowing around. How America say it again, per square feet. There's more money in New York flowing around per square feet. I'll give you an example, right? In New York, if you have a pharmacy in a high-rise building, and your pharmacy is on the bottom floor, right? All you need is the customers in your building to keep you in business. In Chicago, you need everybody in your neighborhood. Like if you have like a Walgreens on the corner over there, you need like everybody in this neighborhood to go to that Walgreens for the business to be profitable. In New York, they have a building with 1,000 to 2,000 tenants in that building. Come on. You see what I'm saying? There's more than enough people. I never liked it. I hate New York.
I went there multiple times, but I was like, this city is sewer, man. Garbage. This is rats everywhere. It's dirty. It's homeless people selling junk on the street.
And the police don't care. The police don't even chase people that are going fast. They don't care.
They're walking through Times Square, they're like, hey, you want ecstasy?
Everything is going on in daytime. New York is the only place I went to. The nightclub was open till 6 a.m. and even after the 6 a.m. the nightclub kept going. that shit drove me crazy. The only place I saw something like that I think was in Germany. You know, in Chicago there's nothing like that. There's after party, but that's it. Chicago, I went to this club in New York called Pasha. With my boys while we were younger, we were young men, you know, we were like 19, 20, 21, we went to Pasha, you know. Man, 6 o'clock, the place was still bumping, you know. Some of my friends left at 3, 4 o'clock. You know, and at 6 o'clock.
To be honest, Chicago doesn't have some crazy good nightlife.
They do, but it's hidden. It's hidden.
I think they have one of the best like bars.
No,
like
Chicago has
bar hopping. Like, you know, I think bars are killers. Chicago, very good bars.
I think Chicago has good nightlife, but they're kind of hidden, and you have to be strategic about how you look for them. After COVID, a lot of people stopped going to clubs so much, right? Most people started going to like, how would I say it? House parties.
Yeah.
They started doing a lot of house parties. People go to their friends' houses. They go to, they get together on a Facebook group and do like a group party, like everybody that's a member of that group, they meet with each other. That's what they started doing in Chicago. So if you notice, you go to a lot of bars Friday night, bars are empty in some places. It never used to be like that. You know, Friday nights, a lot of bars used to be very busy. Very busy. You know what I mean?
I remember like to Commerce Street, there used to be like line, man, like 100 people are wrapped around the building just waiting to get in. Right now there is no line.
Yes, because that's what I told you. Because now a lot of people
just make wider cut. I like it. I like to inhale more. You just punch it. I can do that.
Oh, you can. Oh,
I like it wider.
Oh, yeah? You see, if the left,
even they have like 80s, 90s on the radio.
if the left wing America had their way, right? Places like this would not exist. They would come in with their bullshit and say, "Where's the women's side?" You know? They would come in here and be like, "Why aren't there any women? We need equality," you know? They're always fucking everything up.
I was listening to this old like, you know, Lav Tolstoy, Nietzsche, and this guy Schopenhauer, he said, like, if you marry, you gotta be stupid, man. Like, why would you marry in the life? He says he was one of the famous guys, but he was saying.
Oh, Nietzsche, yeah. Oh,
no, Nietzsche. One of those guys.
oh, one of those.
Schopenhauer.
Yeah, old school, like brainiac. You know, guys that are so stupid smart.
You know,
Philosophers. Yeah.
He was philosophist, and his whole life he dedicated basically. He was talking a lot about women. He says how
Their nature,
men
you know.
and women they're built differently. You know.
Oh, yeah.
He says you only what you're gonna get in your life when you like marry is that she's gonna bring you down. Like she's just gonna bring you down. There is nothing else in that relationship that where you're gonna like profit.
Well, the thing about it is that it's not that women intend to bring men down, right? Hold on, I'm looking for my phone.
It's right here, no?
Not that one.
You have 7 phones, man.
I have 2.
You're like a woman, man.
No, I'm not. Oh. I'm stupid. Guess where it is? It's right there.
It's recording. I see 1, 2, and then you have 3 ones. Like,
No. One is personal and one is business. I want to know the difference.
That's
you know
good.
what I
I
mean?
thought you had 3, so I was.
No. I don't have 3 phones. Just 2. Business and personal. I want to know. I want to be able to know when it's family or something personal. You know what I mean? And I also want to know when it's business, so I know the kind of tone and mindset to pick up with. Because sometimes, right, people call me about a business, and the tone in which you pick up. When I was still sharing one phone for business and personal, it kind of sometimes kills the buzz of the sale. Let's say they're trying to buy something. You see, you pick up the phone like you were trying to talk to someone personal, and it's a business call, you fucked it up. And then you pick up the phone like it's business, and it was a personal call, you kind of, you know what I mean? And the person that's calling you on some personal issues, like, is that how you talk to, you know, like, oh my goodness, you're somebody else, you know what I mean? When you're trying to talk to your customers, you know what I mean? Because you picked up with a whole different attitude thinking it was a business call. But now, when you pick up a business call thinking it's a personal call, and then you approach them a different way, maybe the person starts to think, oh, what kind of person? I don't trust this person. You know what I mean? So,
Double face.
Exactly. So you want to put on the right mask. You want to put on the right mask to be able to tackle whatever it is that is incoming based on the call, whether it's on the personal side or it's on the business side. So I try to keep it separate. So when this phone rings, I know it's business. I know how to charge myself to be able to pick it up. I know how to position myself, my mindset. I want to see, okay, what do I have for sale? What do I got going on? Is it catalytic converter they're calling about? They're calling to buy a car? They're calling to rent a car? Are they calling to ship, transport a car? Are they calling for mechanic work, body work? What are they calling for? You see what I'm saying?
You do catalytics for every car, huh?
Every car. Some guy just came and bought catalytic for BMW for me. I thought you sent him. Yeah, I thought you sent him. And then you see that's why it's good to have separate business and personal. So when he said it, I already rushed and I said, hey, do you know my friend? My friend sent you. He's like, oh no. So immediately I acted like I tried to save it.
Oh, I still didn't install these guys. I have it in garage.
If you need someone to install it, let me know. I have somebody.
What?
If you need somebody to install it, I have somebody.
They said something like 500.
Yeah. But I think I can get somebody. I can get somebody else to do it for 250.
Myself for 250.
I think I can have somebody that can do it for 250.
Let me know. I would give it
Yeah,
to them.
United.
250 doesn't work my time.
United Tires. 20. Yes.
Just install tires.
In United Tires, that's my guys, man. Just tell them, next time you go there, tell them the cars for Destiny Autos. They give you a good deal. They give you a good price. Yeah, they just did a whole Range Rover tube for me for $300. Like the Lincoln tube of death, that kills all the Range Rovers. I just changed mine, $300. And then when they were changing my YouTube, they found out that I bought the whole pipe package, and the Jaguar just came into their shop that needed one of the hoses in the whole kit, and they did that job for $600, and they took the tube from me for free. You know what I mean? And that's how they were able to give me a huge discount. You know, because I bought the whole kit. They just needed only the U2, the U-host, and then they took the other kit and fixed the Jaguar. And I bet you the owner was like, how do you guys fix the car so fast? You know, because normally they need to order the parts and the parts need to come in, you know, stuff like. But the owner did not know that some guy, some asshole came with all the whole kit.
Yeah, I just was there. I put bigger wheels, like 21 inch.
I saw the wheels you put on. Looks nice. The gold is like gold, right?
I painted, but I don't know how much I like. I want to do bronze, like more of dark. It's good.
I like it. I like the way it looks. You're planning to sell that car, right?
Probably on somewhere like during spring or some shit. I bought it very cheap. I paid 9,500.
That's not bad. What kind of engine? V6 or V8?
V8.
That's good.
V8.
Anytime you get a Porsche for under 10,000 with a V8, Porsche engine, V8 Porsche engine, some of the best engines in the world.
Beautiful, yeah.
I had a 2012 Porsche Panamera Turbo. Porsche Panamera Turbo. I sold it for almost 40,000. But the gig was this. I had to drive it, deliver it to Utah. And I had 48 hours to deliver it. Immediately I found out it was sold. My lady friend at the time, I told her, listen, I'm going to Utah right now. She was like, you're crazy. There's no way you're going to Utah right now. She thought it was a joke. I went upstairs, put on my clothes, brushed my teeth, grabbed some water, grabbed apple, grabbed some almonds, got in the car. The next morning I called her, I said, I'm in Utah. She said, you're crazy. You know what I mean? So what happened again? On my way to Utah, the car started to leak coolant.
Mine leaks a little bit too.
You need to fix it ASAP.
Really?
Trust me, it's a big problem.
It's very small.
You have to keep topping it, keep topping. Just trust me, take out your time and fix it. If you fix it, I promise you, this car will go another 100,000 miles. You won't have that issue. So what happened is that on my way to
But it
Utah,
doesn't go in engine, I'm for sure.
no. It's not about going into the. It never goes. It never goes in the engine. It's a hose by the front, by the radiator. Okay, and most of the time, you know why the hose goes back? Stone. Like when you're driving, the stone like hit the hose when it's under high pressure and it bursts the hole. So you notice a very tiny hole. If you find it, you'll see it's a very tiny hole. If it's not a tiny hole,
The radiator or
the hose. If it's not a tiny hole, it's a connector that is like worn out because when the car keeps moving, the connector keeps. That's what it ends
It
up.
gets small, like
Especially-
I top it up
especially-
once in 10 days.
especially-
it loses like this much.
Especially if the car was accidental and you fixed it. It always happens with Porsche that was accidental and you fix it. Because now there's play. The way Porsches are designed with extreme precision.
I watched whole documentary how they came with Cayenne. They had like company was going broke.
Porsche almost went out of business.
And this guy came and he said we need like luxury car that is big, you know, that is big but still luxury. They came with Cayenne and they literally like swept market, like they did very good.
Everybody bought Cayenne. All the white boys were buying for their wives. The black women that wanted to, drive around looking like the white women, they forced their husband to buy them one. All the sugar babies wanted one from their sugar daddies. Everybody wanted Porsche Cayenne. So you saw a woman with Porsche Cayenne. Either she makes a lot of money, her husband makes a lot of money, or her sugar daddy makes a lot of money. It was mostly women driving.
Panamera, I want to send it to Montenegro. Panamera.
Make sure you get a V8. If you can get your hands on a turbo, it's rare, but get a turbo or a GTS. These are the best.
But the thing is, I would. I love V8, but I would like maybe V6.
4-cylinder or hybrid. Get a hybrid. If you have someone that can fix in Montenegro, they have a 4-cylinder Porsche Panamera hybrid. I want to buy one.
4-cylinder, I don't know, but 6. They're pretty fast with 6, but also mileage is much better, man. Because like over there in Montenegro, gas is more expensive than here. can you imagine like
Which makes sense what I'm saying to you. Four-cylinder hybrid. Porsche is not a stupid company. The four-cylinder is just
I don't know how fast.
the four-cylinder is very powerful because they put an electric motor in there. So the electric motor helps you go faster. But the only thing, of course, is that it's not as durable and as powerful as a V8 or V8 with a turbo or a V8 that's supercharged or a V8 with bi-turbo. You know what I mean? It's not as fast as this. But this is something you can do in Montenegro. But you just mentioned right now that your goal is to save gas. So that is out of the conversation. V8 is out of the conversation.
Too much, man. Because like literally, I think you would spend like, if you drive around like literally 60-70 bucks every day. Like, you know what I mean? Because like I think currently gallon. Do you use liters in Nigeria?
Nigeria? Yeah, we buy that gasoline by the liter. Yeah. Nigeria does liter. Yeah.
It's like $1.60, something like that, for 1 liter. And gallon is what, like 3.8 liters, something like that?
In Nigeria is very expensive. That's all I know. Everybody in the country is crying.
But they have oil and shit.
It doesn't matter because what happened is that the new president came to Nigeria, right? And what he did was that he removed the oil subsidy. So we had an oil subsidy, right? And he removed the oil subsidy. So when he removed the oil subsidy, so basically, you know what a subsidy is? When the government is subsidizing the cost of petrol to the public. So most people could not afford it anymore. Like the gas that used to be 500, the price was now like 5 times the price. So let's say it was costing you $50 to get to work. Now it's costing you $250. And remember, nobody's salary changed. So that's like a death sentence, you know? Even like it's happening in America right now. I tell a lot of young guys, I remember this guy from Turkey. He's an Uber driver, one of my Uber drivers. I told him, why do you drive Uber the way you drive it, you know? Why are you driving 8-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts? You know, you want to make a lot of money, you just got to America. You need to be driving this shit till Uber tells you can't drive anymore, every day. Do it for 6 months, take all that money and get the fuck out. Go do something big business, you know? That's America. The American dream is not a house. You see, people like my dad and people that came to America with my dad, they were sold that the American dream was a house. This was because they didn't have information then. They didn't have internet. You see? So they still thought that American dream was a house. How can American dream be a house? You bought a house in 1988, you had 30 years to pay it off, your mortgage was $528, right? You made $38,000 a year. How's that the American dream? Because you have 30 years to pay it off, right? If you take the same amount that you make in a year, you save up for like 2 years, you have $60,000 and you start a business, right? In less than 5 years, you buy that same house cash. That's why I always tell people, American dream is not a house. American dream is business. Look at every big American family. What do they all have in common? They have a business.
You know what's especially here, people don't get money, but they want to look like they do, you know? So you get married and you have 1 kid, but you want to buy a house 3-story with like 7 rooms. Why do you need that?
Let me tell you why. You know why they buy it?
You need 1 bedroom.
You know why they buy it? American economy depends on them American economy depends on them having that lifestyle for the economy to work. Because think about it this way, right?
How much money you gonna pay for 30 years?
But
like
you see,
you literally pay house 3 times. You get like loan that is like 500, you're gonna pay 1.5 million in 30 years.
You get it. But you know something? You just got here. In a couple of years, if you're not careful, if you don't hang around the right people, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to become Americanized and start to think as this.
I already see myself thinking a lot different than what I used to when I came here.
You were hungry.
When I came
It happens to everybody.
I was working for $10 an hour. You see? $10 an hour, but I had 2 jobs. I was going to the gym. I didn't sleep, and I had money. Like, I seriously had because I didn't spend. My point was like,
It's not that you didn't
I'm
spend.
gonna
You only spent what you needed, like not want, need.
I was like, shit, I'm not going out. I don't need this. I don't need that. I was traveling with the train. I don't need fancy car.
Oh, yeah. You walked if you needed to walk
I
in.
need money.
Yeah, you need cash.
Money,
Not credit,
money,
cash money.
that money, I will invest it eventually. But then, year by year, I started going out expensive restaurants, expensive cars.
You wanted to experience the American life.
I said, I can't afford this shit, but still, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I have credit card, I have loan, I can do whatever I want, right?
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. But you know the beautiful thing? After a while, that hustle is going to come back into you because you're going to wake up one day and ask yourself, what the fuck am I doing? What happened to my hunger? It happened to me. And when it came back the second time, it came back stronger. Even women around me could feel like how hot my balls were. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't letting anybody like go past me. You know what I'm saying? Even women. Like I go to a restaurant with a woman, like she ordered the wrong price of steak. I'm like, no, take that shit back. Because I was back in my element. You know what I mean? Because like I remember I had this one girlfriend. I had this period where money was just flowing in like crazy, you know what I mean? I think there was this one year I made like $300,000, right? So money was just flowing in like crazy. I was doing hell of body work, hell of mechanic work. I was transporting cars to Nigeria left and right for a lot of Nigerians. I was selling cars. I was doing everything. She was helping me. So when we would go to restaurants, right? We didn't know what was good. And we had developed this habit where we don't trust the waitress because the waitress is there to tell you whatever would make the restaurant sell the food. So what we would do is that we order almost everything on the menu, and then we start to try different things, and then we figure out what is good. And then next time we go back, we just get only that. So she got used to that lifestyle. She got used to that habit. But then I went through this one period where money got tight. I had to put some of my money to work, I went from a guy that used to go to restaurants with $5,000 in my pocket, $10,000 in my pocket, like $2,000 in my pocket. I went to a guy that used to have $500 in my pocket, $300 in my pocket, going to a restaurant. You know what I mean? So I could not, I had to be careful. You know what I mean? Because I'm the kind of guy, when I go out, I try to have enough money in case my car gets towed, I can get it out. Why did I develop that mindset? Because when I was younger, in the United States, my car got towed a lot. I got a lot of tickets. I fucked up a lot. You see what I mean? So I told myself this won't happen to me again. If anytime I go out and my car gets towed, I'm always going to have enough money on me to get it out. I'll give you an example, right? One time I went out with this Indian girl. No, she's not Indian. I think she's from Guyana. Her mom is like, her dad is full black. Her mom is like mixed, like Indian with white or something like that. She works at Amazon. She's one of these girls like, I make so much money. She talks so much about how much money she makes. She wouldn't let me hear it, and she talked to me about how high her standard is and how like the man that she wants has to do this to get her. And this chick was like a balloon, she looked like a whale, like a fucking buffalo. But in the picture where I met her in a dating profile, her face looked good, and they don't show like from the neck down,
I had to do it so many times. Especially when I was younger, I would fake a call and something. I have to go. I'm sorry, I have to go. And I will leave.
So let me finish the story for you. So I met this girl. We decided to go to a restaurant. We decided to hang out the first time. So we went out. We went to this bar. There's this bar on Ken Hubbard. It's like it has like a tropic vibe. They serve different sweet drinks in there. It's like in an alley. It's like a tropical vibe. They have all kinds of drinks.
3 Dots and Dash?
Yes, 3 Dots and Dash. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So we went to 3 Dots and Dash. We had a good time, and then after that, she wanted to continue the good time. But that night, I did not take my friend. My friend gave me the keys to his Range Rover, right? This was the friend I'm talking about. He's dead now. Rest in peace. He died of a drug overdose in a hotel. So this guy gave me the keys to his Range Rover because we used to share a dealership together. We had a lot. Actually, the dealership is still there. His stepdad runs it now, 14th International. So that night I was gonna take the Range Rover and go see her, you know, to impress her. But I was like, man, these bitches and these chicks ain't what impressive, you know. So I drove my minivan. I had my minivan there, my 2015 Sienna. I still have it till today. I drove my Sienna van. I had just brought it from New York. My dad's friend sold it to me. Drove the minivan to. So I drove the minivan to go pick her up. You know what I mean? And when I showed up, she saw the minivan. She didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say nothing. So we went downtown. I think she Ubered to me. She didn't know I drove a minivan. She Ubered to me to meet me at the 3 Dots and a Dash. So my minivan was parked. There's this parking spot that is in front of 3 Dots and a Dash. Once you come out of the alley, you can park there till midnight. After midnight, they tow every car over there. I didn't pay attention. I went in there. We had a good time. When we were coming out, my van was gone. I was like, I'm sure I parked here. So eventually, I was like, what am I gonna do? I had my document, my bag and everything in the van. So I told her, luckily for me, I took the key to the dealership. It was in my pocket with the keys to the van. I did not leave the key to the dealership in the van. So me and her, when we came out, we took the Uber, went to the dealership, took the Range Rover, came back to the pound, got the van, then drove back to the dealership, dropped off the van, and then I took the Range Rover, went back downtown, had some fun, and dropped it off. You know what I mean? So that was my experience that, you know, that I had over here. And you see, I was ready to get the van out. Because I had, like, back in the day when I used to be broke, I didn't have any money to get it. I had to go get a credit card, do some stupid shit, you know? So I was able to get that van out. Then after that, the second time I met this girl, she invited me to her place. You know, we hung out. She wanted to, you know, but I just wasn't in the mood. You know what I mean? I just looked at her. Have you ever, like, had a woman that you're not attracted to try to have sex with you? So you know that feeling, right? Like, it's the last thing you want to do. You would rather go around this bar shaking hands with every guy than, you know, have sex with her. So, you know, so at the end of the day, she cooked for me and everything, you know, the food we ate. Then after we ate, she already put on her silk nightgown and everything. She was expecting that sex was next, you know what I mean? And then I told her, you know what, that is, you know, I was really falling asleep because I've been working like crazy. So basically, after I finished working, I basically came to her place to relax, you know what I mean? So, but then, when I saw her, you know, without her clothes, she even looked less appealing, you know what I mean? And I was like gonna take one for the team, but I was like, at this point, my standard was already going up. Like the standard of women that I fuck with, you know what I mean? I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this, man. It's not, this guy says no, you know? So I said, this guy says no. So I told him, you know, I'm very sleepy that I have to go home. That I'm just tired, you know, like that we could do this another time. But I really don't want to have a bad performance, you know? So I left, I went home. Then the next time we went out, she was expecting me to bring the Range Rover. I didn't. I came with my Honda Pilot. And then I intentionally left my wallet in the car. I don't know if it's intentional. It wasn't really intentional. It wasn't. Because what happens is that when you sit in the car, right, you're driving for a long time, you don't want your wallet in your pocket, you take it out because, you know, it's pinching you. So I put it there and I forgot to grab it. So we went into the restaurant, we started to order food. And then after we're done eating, I found out that I didn't have my wallet. I told her, hey, baby, you know, because she was talking about her job and, you know, career and all this bullshit, how much money Amazon pays her, like $130,000, $160,000, $180,000, I can't remember, it was a lot of money, almost $200K. So I was like, you know, babe, just pay for the stuff, you know, once we get to the car, I'll take care of you, you know, because I always carry cash. I always carry cash. So even right now, I have cash on me, you know, I always try to have cash. So we got to that part. She was like, no, babe, just go to the car and get your wallet. I was like, is she kidding or is she threatening me with a good time? You know what I'm saying? She said, yeah, go get your wallet. I'll wait for you. I stepped outside. It was raining. And then a thought entered to my head. I'm like, this chick wants me to walk in the rain and go get my wallet and come back here and pay for her food. When she could just pay, and when we get there, I just give her cash. And like, I'll show you, I'll teach you the definition of the word Nigeria today. You know what I mean? That's what I said to myself. Today, she will never forget the country, Nigeria, and the color of the flag. You know? So I walked to my car in the rain. When I got to my car, as soon as I sat on in that seat, there's a dark side of me just said, bro, start the engine, go home and go relax, man. You know, I didn't even think twice. I just started the car, went home, and I just went home and relaxed. She called me nothing less than 87 times. And then after that, she went on the dating site. She left me like a paragraph. And then she texted me like multiple paragraphs. She was like, you know, the sad thing about it is that I really liked you. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. You know, and stuff like that. I'm like, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then after
Let
that...
me try what you told me.
Oh, yeah, the chocolate. Oh, yeah, please. This is very good.
Oh, white one.
Oh, I can open the other one too.
No, I love white.
No, both are good. Both are good.
I didn't know for the heck.
Eric, while you have it in your mouth, smoke the cigar. You love it. So, you know the funny thing about this girl? Her and I ended up matching again on the same dating site again. And you know what she said to me? I remember you. I used Facebook dating. Back then, I think I was using Bumble or Hinge or Tinder. Field? Oh, I need to check that out, you know.
It's only for sex, brother.
Oh, wow. Shit.
It's very much.
I use Facebook Marketplace because most of the girls there.
You have girls that are just into, you see, I'm in open relationship. Like she already has someone.
So she don't want sex.
You know, and then she writes what she likes, BDSM, this, that.
Those Asians like stuff like that.
Some fat bitch. And then look, even older, like what a single mom currently going through divorce, so looking to connect to her somebody. Mostly
Oh
that,
shit, what do you call it, Phil?
Yeah, you install it, you will love it, man.
Phil? Let me see, how do you spell it?
F-E-E-L-D.
F-E-E-L-D.
Amazing app, man. I love it.
I'll check it out.
Myself. I went to like, it was
Bang, bang, boom.
boom.
That's crazy.
And some girls, you know, sometimes you just don't want to talk to people. You just did your thing and leave me alone.
But they're attached
Believe me,
now.
in this situation, they're the ones that are like, I don't want to, you know. So you're like,
Thank God,
guys.
it's perfect. Have you ever like met with a girl that, you know, after that you wanted to see her again, but she didn't want to see you again?
To be honest, I don't think they ever happened.
Because you look forward to the next one, you know?
I think this is how it goes. If you are very much into them, you let them know they're not interested in you. But if you're like, you know, I don't give
If you don't care, you just act like,
they want you.
no big deal.
They
Yeah.
want you. So,
Dude, I'm checking it out right away. So you know the funny thing? So the next time I met the girl, she already started losing weight, but she was still like a little bit, you know, on the heavy side, you know? So she's like, I remember you, blah, 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 you know? I just avoided her, you know what I mean? And then we just left it like that, you know? so, but you see, after her, I learned. My experience with her is strengthened my mind on working out on what does not serve me. You know what I mean? After her, I walked out on so many women at restaurants, like crazy. You know?
you said you are right now, you live with somebody, no?
No.
Just you, huh?
I have a lady friend. She's always popping up and showing up. You know what I mean? She's a good girl, you know. Just sold the wrong things. You know, like she listened to the wrong people growing up. But now, when I linked up with her, I reprogrammed her mind. You know, I mean, think about the conversations we had the first time we met. You know what I mean? Because, like I told you, when I meet people, one of the biggest gifts God gave me, or whoever put us on this planet, is that I like to put something in people's life, something that they could think about. You know what I mean? Something that could make them better, possibly. So when I met her, I gave her a lot to think about. You know, I told her, think about some of the situations surrounding how you were raised. Do you think that's normal? Because nobody ever asked her that kind of question. Like, think about some of the things, you know, that you saw growing up. Like your cousin leaving home at 15, 14. Do you think that's normal? Do you think it's normal for someone to grow up without a biological father, mother? You know what I mean? Like, do you think it's normal for someone's family relationship to be on drugs and stuff like that? So when she started to think about it, she started to listen to me a lot. She's a very feminine girl, you know what I mean? She's very fit, beautiful. And basically, she just started taking my word as gospel. So you see now, it's on me to guide her properly. You see what I mean? So after a while, 4 years, I never got what I really wanted out of her. I told her what I required if she wanted marriage from me. She was never able to do it. You know what I mean? So when I told her this, down the line, she just stuck around and she was hoping that eventually I would just say, oh, fuck it, I'll marry you. You know?
I don't know what's worse, man. Is it worse to get like feminist lady, like very feminist, like we gotta be equal, we gotta do this and that, or to get extremely submissive lady that is like basically take care of me, you know, I want presents, I want this, I don't want to do nothing, you know. There is no in the middle, something that like that
you know the perfect
girl
woman?
knows that you're the man.
You know the perfect
But
woman?
also, she's willing to help household. She's willing to do
some
stuff,
things,
do
no matter how
She's
minor,
not
yeah,
like-
no matter how minor.
I don't want a slave, you know. I don't want like extremely submissive. I want you to have your opinion. I want you to let me
Have some
know, like
goals,
you know, of course.
I think the best idea of a woman is a woman that comes into your life and she asks you, how can I help us win?
I was thinking the other day, really much.
She's submissive, but not only is she submissive, right? She's willing to get on your program and take ownership of your goals, dreams, and aspirations. Like, for example, you see how you sell cars right now, right? Or you have cars for sale, right? You could be like, hey, babe, a buyer is coming to buy the Porsche, right? Can you show him the Porsche? This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it, right? And this is how you feel the title. And then you forget to tell her something, right? But she's so smart that she figures it out, solves the problem, gets the car sold, and is at home. Not just waiting for you with the money from the car sold, but some one person. That's the perfect woman. You see what I mean? But you see the problem is that sometimes you get a submissive one, but she's just daft as shit. Like, even you give her all the directions, all the steps, like you write it down on a note, how to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and make everything happen.
She says,
not even that. That is even good. That she tells you I'm a woman. She accepts to do it, but she goes and fucks it up.
I was thinking very much of what you said last time, how
You have to think about it. I would not lie to you. You know, you're a man from Montenegro, I'm from Nigeria. What will I benefit if I lie to you?
you said like you say she doesn't think of you as us, but rather me and you. Right?
That's a woman that she already planned to divorce you before the marriage.
And it's when I recall my experiences, I can see a lot.
Of me and you separate, yeah.
They're like, you know, I'm this, I'm that. Why I? Why you?
Is that a sin?
There's no we.
Because if it is not, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, she doesn't speak French, you know?
What
No
are
we.
we doing? What are we doing here? Like, we're just like, what is this?
I'm gonna say this to you, right? I've never dated a girl. I think I said this to you before, and I was faithful.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in my book. When I say I'm single,
I was no better, brother.
exactly. Most real men are not. You know, they're the same. If you don't have a
Believe
ring,
me, ladies are the same too.
I bet you. If I don't call you my wife, right? Not my partner. If I don't call you my wife, you mean nothing to me. You're just another woman, just like all the other women that have come through, you know, kissed the ring and left, same shit.
Believe me, you're cheating on her, she's cheating on your brother.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, I know, but it's just how it goes, man. Because usually guys are, like fucking girls on the side. They look proud. They think that she's fucking somebody too. What do you mean, man? Like, you know what I mean? You're on the same page. That's what I'm trying to
But you see, the difference is this, right? I don't waste my time thinking that I'm with somebody. I don't look through her dirty laundry. No, I did that one time. When I was 27, when I just got into pharmacy school. The last woman I did that with was a young Italian lady, right? She was pursuing her PhD in psychology. So she had this childhood friend. They went to high school together. This guy likes her a lot. Even when I met her, she was still sleeping with this guy, right? But then after she met me, she told the guy, we gotta stop because I'm taking this guy seriously, And she started to see that I had more prospect than the guy. The guy, his life was shit, you know what I mean? He wasn't going anywhere in life, But the guy always texts her every morning, good morning, And I don't text her good morning, And the guys, then the breaking, and I didn't care. While I was with her, I had a Cuban girl. Bad. But the Cuban girl was crazy. Cuban and Puerto Rican. Big ass, badass chick. But I was like, I'm not leaving this, I'm gonna keep this Puerto Rican girl, Puerto Rican and Cuban, and still have this girl. But then, the Italian girl started to apply pressure on me and telling me, why don't you take me seriously? I believe something is going on. She started to point fingers and telling me that I'm not treating her right, this and that, I'm never there for her. And acting like there's something wrong with me. When I know that she's doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, well, let's play this game. Let's see if you're loyal. Let's play who's more loyal. This was the last time I did this, mind you. So what did I do? This was when the geek stores just started opening up in the United States, like those tech stores, like gadget stores, where they sell like tracking device, they have the SIM duplicator. This was when it just came out. So you could take somebody's SIM card, take it to the duplicate it, and put the duplicate SIM in another phone. So let's say I duplicate your SIM, right? If somebody texts you, I could see what they're texting you from a different phone. She did not know this. I put a tracker in her car. She did not know this. Why did I do this? Because she kept every time charging at me and acting like I'm doing something wrong. And my instincts, my male instincts tells me that whenever a woman starts pointing fingers at you, she's trying to divert the attention from herself. So one day, I had time. I was like, I got time today, cuz, you know what I'm saying? So I went, tracked her, followed the tracker, found where her car was. She was at this guy's house. Went up to the window, they were sitting together on the couch, making out, watching movie, kissing and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? I didn't bother them. I went back home. What did I find out? A couple of days before we broke up, before I left her, we didn't break up. I just packed my things. I just, because my pharmacy school, my pharmacy school was close to her house. So I would sleep at her house so that we could spend more time together. If I didn't do that, we would never see each other because I was always busy. So I would go from her place to school and back. So
You were going to.
I went to pharmacy school, yeah.
You went to pharmacy school?
Yeah, yeah.
You graduated?
So what I did was that one day I came back from college, I was studying in her living room. The doorbell rang. It was the post lady. Post lady delivered the box. So I looked at the box. It was the guy's name to her. So I was like, interesting. Then my evil genius kicked in. I was like, what should I do? I should probably open this box. I might see some surprise inside. So I opened the box. She's been sending this guy her underwear on that level. They both intimate and freaky on that level, you know? So he got mad that she was cutting him off and all the underwear and everything and stuff that she has been sending to him, he mailed it back to her and stuff like that. You know?
And what did you do?
And then he was talking, you know, he went on talking about like previous escapades and stuff like that. So after I opened the box and I saw everything inside the box, I didn't get angry. That's when I knew I was a man. I didn't get angry. What did I do? I thought to myself, what should I do? My evil genius kicked in again. I said, wrap the box back up, take it back to the post office. Tell them they delivered to the wrong address. So I put a new tag. I took the box, I went back to the post office, I delivered the box, I told them, you guys dropped it off at the wrong address. You need to deliver to the right address. I was with her on the weekend. The post office came back again, brought the same box again. So I let her take the box, you know, play with the box, everything, open it up. Then I asked her, oh, what's that, you know? And she lied her ass off, man, like, like you wouldn't even believe. You see, with women, right, if you want to catch them, right, you want to catch them so good that there's no wiggle room for them to escape, you know, being a culprit, you know, like being apprehended. So that's what I did. So I told her, one day I took out time, I told her, you know what, at this point I was just tired of her, I was tired of the relationship, I didn't want to do it no more. Because to be honest with you, I came in, I just wanted to have sex and move on, but somehow she was a good person, you know what I mean? You know, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang around, you know what I mean? She wasn't a bad girl to be around, she was lively, she had friends, she had a social network. She was just an all-around good person, you know what I mean? So I'll stick around, you know, she's good, you know, she's good for aesthetics, you know, took her out sometimes to some parties, and people liked her, you know. Then when I knew that our relationship was over, when I told her, you know, you need to lose some weight and get, and you know what she said to me? She's like, previous guys have not complained.
Previous guys?
Have not complained. That if I'm trying to get her to drop to a size 2 or size 1 or size 0, it's not gonna happen. I listened to that, I took it into consideration, I didn't argue. So when that day came, I told her the truth, I told her everything that was in the box, everything I found out about her, I told her everything. I went to her car, took out the tracker, showed it to her, told her I know everything that's going on. Told her days, showed her everything, you know, she was just standing like this. And you know you got a woman, right, when she just stands straight and tears just drop, you know, like she's not arguing, she's not saying nothing.
What are you doing?
She's just there looking at me with, you know, first they have the glazed eyes, you know, the eyes is glazed over with water, and then the first drop just come down and then start coming down like crazy. Then after I told her, you know what? Oh, I didn't even tell you the last part. The breaking point was when I had an exam. I had a big exam a night before, and she went somewhere to go do whatever party or went to go see her friend. By the time she came back, they broke into her apartment. And while I was studying, she told me that I had to come to her place and be with her. I told her, just come over to my place. They broke into your place. Why do you want to be in a place where that got broken into? Come over to my place and spend the night. She's like, I'm never there for her. But, you know, she starts with the whole manipulation and gaslighting, you know what I mean? She was like, you know what? If you're not coming, I'm gonna call him. The dude she's been lying about. You know what I mean? Like she acted like this dude has been estranged. This dude has not been around. She's not been seeing him. You know what I mean?
When she said I'm gonna call him,
To come over, you know,
at that point, who was this guy for you? How did she know
This guy-
that you know this guy? You know?
No, because she, you know how women are. They always tell you about the guy they're fucking and make you believe that he's not a threat. You know what I mean? They tell you he's the gay friend, or they tell you that he's just my brother's friend, or he's just.
So you knew the guy?
Yeah.
The story.
Yeah, she's told me a story about the guy. You know what I mean? But you see, women don't lie. They omit details. They lie by omission. You see, that's how they lie. Seriously, if you ask any
I
man.
have to write this, man.
You know, ask any man that has caught a lying, cheating wife, cheating girlfriend, or lying wife. You know, I don't even think that if you have a girlfriend, she's not cheating on you, she's just lying on you. That's not cheating. Cheating is like when you guys have made a pact, a bond to be loyal to each other, like wedding. You know, like you're married. That's cheating. But you know, like if you guys are just in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, that's not cheating. That's just lying. You see what I'm saying? So that night she told me that if I don't come over, she's gonna call this guy that she needs protection. You know what I said to her? Go ahead. Remember at this point I already had the tracking device, I had the SIM duplicated, I know the text messages, I see what's going on, you know what I mean? I told her go ahead, call him, you know, that it seems like she could use that right now. I hung up the phone. I had to study, bro. I went back to my study, you know what I mean? And then the day that I finally confronted her and told her about herself and everything that's going on, and you know what I said to her? I told her, I don't have a problem with her fucking this guy. That based on my position, where I stand from looking at what they got going on, it seems like she has unfinished business with this guy. I'm giving her the permission to go ahead and finish whatever it is they have going on. That as for me, I have to move on. Because think about it, this was a girl that studied psychology. She's got to do it to a PhD level. She's broke anyways. You know, she cannot help me in any way. This was when I was just first year in pharmacy school. I was also juggling pharmacy school and juggling the car business, trying to figure out the car business. I had a mentor. He was a medical doctor, Indian guy. He was a medical doctor and he was flipping cars too. He was in the car business too. He was showing me the way, the ropes and stuff like that, you know? So I was like, you know, this is not worth my time. I'm trying to be rich, not to be with some woman, you know what I mean? So I told her, jumped in my car, packed all my things, and then I think my birthday had just passed and she bought me some gift or Christmas or something, and she was like, at least, you know, take your gift. I was like, what do I look like? You really think I'm ready to leave you and I'm willing to take this? You think these things are my biggest problems? I have bigger problems, man. Like getting a pharmacy degree, that's a bigger problem for me, you know? So I packed my stuff, got in my car, man, I was out of there. She called me till morning. She thought it was a joke. She could not believe it. And after her, 1 year and 3 months, and after that I took my money, that's how I started trucking company. I started trucking business.
You were in trucking too?
Yes.
Seriously?
I did trucking from 2012 to 2014 or so. Semi-truck, car hauling, I did that, yeah. Yes. I had 4 trucks.
Why did you
I could not get dependable. I could not get, for me to make money, I had to work 24 hours. Seriously, sleep like very small, between 4 hours here, 3 hours there, 2 hours there. Because if you blink your eye like this, the drivers rob you dry. They steal everything you got. I had a couple of occasions where I have everything, yes. Couple of occasions, drive. Look up my company, Kintech Business USA LLC. Kintech Business Transportation USA. Okay. I had a couple of times, driver left my truck in another state. I had to go get my truck back.
No, I was fleet manager. I was dealing with this.
Then another time.
120 trucks. Where I
There
was
you go.
working.
There you go.
We would, they would leave truck on the middle of highway.
Truck stops.
Somewhere
They
in
leave truck
Georgia.
stop. You
They
know.
just pick their things and leave. and we were tracking all the trucks.
Yeah.
And we can see movements.
I didn't even have trucking. I didn't even have tracking.
I think he didn't know. He was trying to catch exit, like he was going back like this on highway. We can see movements and like this. Like, the guy crazy, man. So we flew there, and the truck was just in the middle of the
So check out what happened to me one time, right? So I left that chick, right? And I never looked back. And then eventually I had to leave the Puerto Rican and Cuban chick too because she was extremely jealous. Extremely jealous. And then I also figured out that she probably was maybe for sale, like probably some guys, she had sugar daddies or people that buy sex from her, or she was doing something. I know she was seeing somebody else. And I confronted her too, telling her like, hey, you know what I mean? I don't have a problem with you seeing other guys, but don't act like you're just with me. You know what I mean? Over here giving me, because one of the reasons I left her, she was always jealous. Like a girl would look at me, like I would go to places I dress nice, a girl would like say, hey, you smell good. She'd just go insane. I don't know if you know about like Spanish, they're spicy. Yeah, you know what I mean? So after that, one time, like the last straw was after we went to an NBA game with some of my classmates in pharmacy school. After we finished going to the Bulls game, we went to a bar. And then she thought that one of the girls that came with us, was into me or something. You know what I mean? She just went crazy. She left us at the bar and she decided to walk home. Remember, her purse and everything was in the car. And then when I came out of the bar, man, I thought she was joking when she left the bar. She stormed off, tried to slap me, and I held her hand, all that stuff. She's like, how dare you disrespect me like this? I wasn't even dancing with the girl. She was just asking me a question or something because it was loud music, She just came close so I can hear her. And this chick just went ballistic, right? So you know what I did? I'm like, I'm too African for this drama, man. You know what I did? I took all her stuff from my car, drove to her place. While I was driving to her place, I was looking for her on the road to see that if she's somewhere walking, you know what I mean? I couldn't find her. I just went to her place, took all her things, left it at her door. I never spoke to that chick again. The next time I saw her, she came to the pharmacy where I was working, pulled up, and she was pregnant. I don't know who got her pregnant. I'm hoping it's not me. Till today, I still don't know. She said it's not mine. But anyway, check this out, right? She came to ask for money. You know what I mean? I gave her what I had. Back then I was probably we were still making little money. We weren't making a lot of money. I gave her some money, like a couple of $100. You know what I mean? And after that, I don't think I saw her for a while again. Communicated for her with a little bit. You know what I mean? Because she was pregnant. There was nothing that she could do for me at that point. And that was it. And after that Italian girl, I swore to myself, I would never ever care what a woman is doing when she's not with me. When you're in my presence, that's the only time I give a shit. Once you touch my door and you make your exit, that's it. My time is up. It's like getting out of a taxi cab, Once you touch my door, you get out of my taxi. You know what I mean? So that was it for me. Then let me tell you about my trucking experience, right? So one time,
How did you get it, man?
how did I get into trucking? So one of my,
A lot of Nigerians.
a lot of Nigerians that do trucking, yeah. A lot of
When I
Nigerians.
recall right now,
Yeah.
I can.
And they're some of the best drivers, the Nigerians. Because when they come in, they have an objective and they have a goal. They come in, you only have them for 6 to 9 months or 1 year. They hustle hard, they come up with some cash and they're out, They go drive taxi or Uber or something else, you know what I mean? So I remember I had this one good driver, man. He was a money maker, man. I'm still in touch with him till today. He still follows me on Facebook. Amazing guy. His name is Mel. Oh my goodness, Mel was the best driver ever. With Mel, at one point, I was making almost $15,000 every week. And my net profit was a lot, like over $9,000. After paying Mel, everything, man, it was a good time in my life, man. But I was working like crazy. So what I did was that I would have the drivers, once they come back, they go home, go sleep. I would load the trucks, have everything ready. And when they wake up and they're ready to go, they just jump in the truck and just drive. It wasn't over the road, just Atlanta and back. We mostly ran Atlanta. Just drove Atlanta.
You have basically some tours with some like broker. You had some broker.
No, I didn't have no broker. I was just getting loads from Central Dispatch and Super Dispatch and all the other things myself. I was doing the brokering myself. Yeah, you know what I mean?
So you had connections directly with companies.
Yes. So I was just getting, and then after a while, after I hauled so many cars, the owners of the cars were calling me directly. They'd be like, hey, I have 6 in Mannheim, in Greater Chicago. I have 2 in Wisconsin. I have this here, and I'll just pick up the cars. You know, at some point I had.
My buddy is very good. The guy that I'm actually starting this business with, like with the garage, he is he's hauling cars, but he was hauling for Canada, you know, and making great money, you know, like 20-something thousand gross per week.
Yeah, you know, the guys.
It's right now is shit.
No, right now, no. Maybe when Trump comes in, it's gonna be
literally,
good.
maybe like 6 months ago, it was so good for him. It was like he would grab Kansas City to somewhere in Canada for like $21,000 they would pay. A ridiculous amount of money, you know. It's a lot of miles. I think like 2,600 miles, and then you are not getting anything there, so you have empty miles back. But in 4 days, you make 20 miles.
That's not bad. So he was making almost $1 a mile plus, you know.
Making great money, you know.
So my driver one time left my truck in Utah. I had a suspended license.
It's not $1, it's like $10. So I was thinking what you just said. 2,600.
Oh yeah, $10 a mile. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot. Yeah. That's very good.
Yeah, but then you have some empty ones, so probably maybe you come to like $7,
$6.
But then also it's your truck and your gas and this and that. It goes down, but you have like at least 16,000 clean, 50,000 clean.
That's not bad.
It's hard to make the money nowadays.
It's not easy because people are not buying stuff. You know what I mean? That's
Nobody
why.
wants to buy anything.
That's why I got
like,
it.
when I had this dealership, I mean, I didn't have my own license, but I had like 7 cars ready to be sold. 2 months. 2 months they were in marketplace for amazing price. I couldn't sell.
So
they come, they see, like they look at it,
they
but they
keep
don't
the
have
tires,
money.
all that stuff. They don't have the money.
You're like, oh look, this tire is not like this.
Someone-
Are you buying new car or used car, brother? Like,
You know what I did?
They might, oh look, this scratch right
let me
here.
tell you a secret.
You know, brother, this is 2012, right?
Let
You
me tell
can't buy
you. Let me
2012.
tell you a secret, right? When you go to sell cars, don't say a word. Don't say a word. Just stand there looking at them. If they say, "Oh, look at this scratch," don't say nothing. Don't say a word. If you want to sell any car, when you go to meet up with the customer, don't say a word. If they tell you, "Oh, look at this scratch," just be staring at them. You know. You know what I mean? You know what that does? I found this secret later after I've made so many mistakes. You know what happens when you just stare at them? They're like, this guy don't give a fuck if I buy this car or not. You know? They make up their mind like this.
I had this car. It's amazing price. The car was like, man, mint condition. Very good, very good. And I was so confident to sell it. Whoever comes is gonna
The
buy
first
it.
buyer is gonna take it. Right? They have one of
There is
those.
no scratches, there is
Nothing.
nothing. And they literally, it was like 8 p.m. 2 guys, Latino guys, they turned on a flashlight. go like this. Whole car, and of course you gonna, even on a brand new car, you're gonna find some like something,
Blemish, something.
like rocky or something. And he's like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this.
It's just like woman.
Just like you say, I was so pissed.
Yes,
that
you shouldn't be
It
pissed.
wasn't intentional that I was not saying anything,
Yes,
but
yes,
I
yes.
was just like,
What do you want me to do?
nothing. My head like this, and again, you know, like how much are you priced for? Yeah, we're gonna skip stories. It's not like on the photos. It has like no problem. But I respect even that when somebody comes, takes a look, say this not true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I love my.
Don't fucking waste
I
time.
hate when they waste my time. That's the part that I know.
Drive for 1 fucking hour and then he parks and says, there is scratch here. Why were you driving it if that scratch bothers you? You know? You drive car,
You see my
you
brother?
first check car outside. Then you drive it.
You're right,
If you
you're right.
like everything, you don't check car, drive it, and then go
Start
look the
complaining.
trunk, look the, is it
Look the
maybe,
tires.
is it spacious for you? You should figure this out at the beginning, then don't drive it if you don't like it.
Then, let me tell you a secret I learned from one of my boys. You know what he said? If you're making profit, let the car go. And that changed everything about me. Because at first, one of the things I learned when I first started selling was that I had dreadlocks then. I learned that people will not buy cars. Yeah, I learned that people will not buy cars from me. People will not buy cars from me. So, you know what I did? I went and bought a nice car. I had an SL500, AMG. So when I went to meet the customers to buy the car, right, I would have them, I'll give them the exact location of the car. While they're waiting, I'll pull up with my AMG with the top down and pull up next to them and park. And then I'll start selling them the car. 100% of the time I did that, the car sold. And then after they sell the car, you know what they mean? They're nice to meet you, bro. Can we be friends, you know? Like that. If you have more cars, you know, maybe you need to call me, you know? I buy cars all the time. Then here's another trick I learned. My boy taught me this, right? He's an OG in the business. He has a car lot on the south side, 59th National. What he said to me was this, right? If you're making profit, especially in rough economic times, if you have a car for 5,000, your cost is 5,000, someone comes and offers you 5,100, 55, just sell the car. Especially when a lot of people have called and nobody has bought the car. And I learned a very bad lesson not listening to him. Because you see, the problem with used cars is that sometimes you hold on to it. Immediately the last person comes that you should have sold it to, you didn't sell it to them, the car developed a problem. And that money you would have made in profit,
That's so true, man.
that money you would have made in profit, you would go and invest that money in the car, fix it, and then you guess what? You end up selling it for what? At a loss.
2 times happened to me. Look, I didn't have a lot of experience. I didn't sell a lot of cars, but even on those low amount of cars, I had 2 times happen to me. I had to buy it. It was some cheap cars, like Honda minivan, Honda Odyssey, and it was like I bought it for like 900.
Oh shit,
And
that's a good deal.
900, and he had like he was hit from the front, and radiator was damaged. I got new radiator for like $50. Just pull it from some old Odyssey.
Junkyard or something.
I didn't even buy new bumper. I patched it myself. I painted
That's
it.
smart.
That's it. 3,500 I was selling.
That's not bad.
Fast flip, and guy came. He was like, you know, I'll give you 32. 32, I said no. No, because this car is on marketplace 4,000. I'm giving it for 35, already good deal. And amazing car, it really works great. I know I'm gonna get 35 is great. He said, no, I'll give you 32. I mean, come on. I thought he's gonna give 300, man. Like,
Yeah,
come
you
on.
thought he was gonna give it.
He left. I was like, what the fuck? Seriously, he left over 300, and this is already a great deal. He's gonna call back. I think. We sit in the car. Right after that, me and this buddy, my partner, let's go eat something. We go with this car. It's fine. I was driving back, and temperature, coolant temperature high. We stopped the car. I opened the oil plug, not the plug, but the oil cap. And I can see that it mixed coolant. I was like, man, don't do this to me.
I know.
And I regretted it. And the second time, I was selling this Nissan Sentra, and I was asking 8,500, and this guy said, "I'll give you 75."
8,500.
Yeah,
He offered
78, 7,800. I said, "No, man, that's too low. I'm not giving you."
$700 loss. Okay.
He's pulling cash. I'm not messing. Here it is.
I don't play around when I see
I
cash.
bought this car for 3,000.
Oh my God.
And I fixed everything. You know, it took me some time, to be honest. It was big damage, but I fixed everything. And he was like, "I'm giving you money right now." But this car, the car on Kelly Blue Book was 10,500.
Don't ever follow Kelly Blue.
So I was like, "Bro, this car is worth 10,500. I'm already giving you best price." You know?
Oh shit.
He walked away.
Damn.
2 months after, I couldn't sell car. 2 months after, and I sold it for 6,000.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
it was 2019, 2019, and I was like, "Bro, next time,
I'm telling you.
whoever offers me
Anybody that's serious,
anything where I profit,
you have
like
profit,
$1,000,
let it go. Anybody, listen, after I learned my lesson multiple times, because you know sometimes we're pig-headed, you know? The Odyssey happened to you didn't learn. The Honda, the van happened to you. You know, so now you learn. Me, after I learned my
I
lesson,
did whole gasket myself.
and check it out. After I learned my lesson, if I see somebody, as long as I'm making profit, I don't care how much. Someone shows up to buy the car, as long as of everybody that messaged me, this was the only person that showed up, that car is sold. Because you see, sometimes the mistake we make in this business is that we think that the people that are texting are buyers. They're not. You gotta remember, it's Facebook. Your car is popping up in so many people's feed. Some people are not real buyers. They just text available, and then you text them back and they don't respond, you know?
I put some car. I bought the car in auction. I made a big mistake. I was buying cars that were hit. And I bought 2-3 cars that were hit, and it was great because I fixed it and engine was good, right? But to be honest, on auction, if you bid but you didn't try a car, it's
a risk.
tricky. It's a risk. But
high risk.
also, you just cannot check every car.
Oh, you cannot check
You
every
cannot check every car and go bid for it. It's impossible. So we figure out we are losing a lot of time because I checked like 20 cars, and those 20 cars outbid what
all of them,
I
you lost all of
wanted.
them, of course.
So I said to this buddy, look, it makes no sense.
You have to start buying with risk.
We have to buy it with risk. So Thursday auction, we're not even gonna go there. We are gonna do it online.
Just best guess, you know?
Let's do this. We checked what cars are going to be on the line. We made like basically a sheet how much for every car we are willing
Maximum
to
bid,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Educated guess, you know?
Yes. So we were bidding, and we bid 6 cars in one day. We
Okay.
bought 6 cars.
Okay.
And all of them, but this time we decided to buy cars that were not hit, so we sell it fast, we don't waste time. Let's just get like car for more expensive but looking good. And of course they didn't claim any damage, right? And we bought like some, I don't know, Kia Optima, but like the one with like a best equipment, SX. And with
Fully
some,
loaded.
like, fully loaded. Oh, it was great. It had like great speakers, everything. amazing car. Some Elantra, some random cars, you know. Subaru, I came to pick them up. Subaru, we got it cheap. 15, they were asking 3,000, and I offered 1,500, and they accepted bid. I was like, this is weird, man. It's 3,000. They're selling 1,500. I knew right away something is wrong. I came, I picked up car, and I started driving, and I can hear transmission blow. Transmission blow. I'm picking. Okay, I drove it to the garage. I'm picking up other one. I turn it on, Elantra. Big engine on. I was like, man, it was piston slap.
Oh my goodness.
Third car, I'm picking Kia, same thing. You rev it up, you go. That one had road bearings, like they're basically garbage.
Yeah.
All three of them. For Subaru, I got the new transmission. I mean, not new, but used, and I installed it myself, and it came out good. It was okay.
That was fun.
Elantra, they asked like
3,000 for the engine or something.
5,000 with the labor, and I was like, it's not worth it, right? And then for the Optima, same thing. So we sold it like a, like a project car. And I posted, just like you say, they text you like, is the available, is the available. I posted Optima, and in the title I said read description, because car is cheap. I posted it for like 2,500, but it's best equipment, like loaded. So everybody, is it available, is it?
Mechanic special.
More than 200 messages,
Yes.
is it available? Just because they didn't read the description.
Of
They
course.
say good price.
They just saw the price, they message right away.
These like first say read description key Optima. There is it available. And then also they'll say, I give you 1,000.
Right now.
I give you 1,500 right now. And then I say, okay. Oh shit, I didn't read the description. Okay, you wanted to get $10,000 car for 1,000. Are you over here, man? Like, come on. Thanks, guy. So yeah, and I was so mad at like car selling that I said I don't want to do
No.
this.
Let me tell you.
I think I should. You said dealership. I spoke to some people in serious dealerships, and I think I should maybe somewhere in the future. Small dealership
40
where
cars.
people come. And you already have employees there that are gonna show cars, so you're not wasting time. But I'm wasting a lot of time if I need to go there to show you, and then I already lose so much time, and you don't wanna buy. Then I come back, and everything to make like $2,000 profit.
It's a lot of headache. That's why it's better to sell on the streets. Dealership is not worth it if you don't have more than 40 cars, 40 plus. Selling on the street is the best. Because like I told you, I found out the technique for people. My guy taught me. If somebody shows up with cash, a car you bought for 3,000, they say 3,500, sell it. They say 4,000, sell it. They say 4,500, sell it. They say 5,000, sell it. 6,000, anything they say. As long as you're making profit. You know why he says it? There's too many cars at the auction. Cars never run out. Take the profit and go back while the car is still working.
How many times have you fucked up?
Lately, I don't fuck up no more. Back then, I fucked up in all this stuff you're telling me, all this story. I've had everything happen to me. Driver have stolen my car. I've had a driver pick up a car. He never showed up. I've had the car. They pick it up from the auction. They took it to the seaport, stole it, shipped to Africa. I've had police impound the car. I had to forget about the car. I've had them pick up a car, take it to the auction so that another driver pick it up and bring it to Chicago. The auction seized the car. I've had them drop off a car at Mannheim Skyline in New Jersey. 2 Cadillac Escalade and one other car, Suburban. They left it at the parking lot in the Mannheim. I didn't know that Mannheim has resigned their contract with the tow company. Tow company picked up the 2 cars, the titles were inside the car. I lost those cars, just like everything has happened to me. I've bought a car, the truck driver, his truck burned down. My car burned on the truck. I've bought a car, the truck driver flipped over. There was nothing I can do with that car. The car was accidented already. Then the driver flipped over. I've had everything happen to me, my brother. I've had a car, the driver brought it, we were not around, he didn't tell us he was coming, he took the car back to his state. I had to go send another driver to pick it up from that state and bring it back. I've had it all happen to me. So at the end of the day, you know what I realized? The best cars
has to be happening in your life because that is what makes it interesting.
I'm telling you, my brother, I've had it all happen to me, brother. So at the end of the day, you know what the conclusion I came to? There's only one perfect way to do this car business, right? Focus on one specific brand. Focus on a niche. If it's Mercedes-Benz, stay with Mercedes-Benz.
That's what you tell me about the golf.
You understand? If it's German cars, stay with German cars. If it's Japanese, stay with Japanese cars. And that's where I've come right now. I remember one of my boys when he came to the United States, right? He didn't know me yet. He met with one Nigerian guy. And the Nigerian guy told him, if you want to do well in this car business, there's one guy to meet. He brought him to me. He introduced him to me and told him, this is the only guy that I know that everything in this car business has happened to him and he's still in the business. This guy, if you listen to him, you will succeed. If you don't listen to him, even Jesus can help you. You know what I'm saying? So when the guy came to me, you know what I told him? Pick a niche, focus on just one. If it's Toyotas, focus on only Toyotas. Subaru, pick Subaru, stay there. Lexus, just stay with Lexus. He didn't listen to me. He started to buy everything. He lost so many cars. The last one that happened to him, 2019 Toyota Prius, he bought it. The driver brought it from out of state. The driver didn't call him. Remember, it's happened to me before. The driver didn't call him and told him he was coming. When the driver came, he told the body man that he was there. The body man didn't call him. You know what the driver did? He showed up. The driver said that they're going to pay him $200 extra for waiting. He didn't want to pay the driver the $200 extra. The driver took the car and went back to Pennsylvania. As I'm talking to you right now, he's suing the company and nothing has come of it. His $11,000 is hanging somewhere.
I just figured something nobody.
So this is how you do it. Let me tell you the secret to this car business, right? Communication. You cannot play with communication. You understand? So this is what I started doing. When I post my car on Central Dispatch, you know what I tell the drivers? As soon as you pick up the car and send us a picture of our car in your truck, we send you your payment. Or if you call us 1 hour or 2 hours before the drop off, right? And make sure, tell us you're coming, we'll be ready for you. And another thing I did was that in case for the drivers that won't call, I make sure the money is at the shop waiting. Or as soon as they message, I have someone to sell them the money right away. You see what I'm saying? So that, because sometimes the drivers get very aggravated, they get very angry. Because you know this business is a time business. You know what I mean? They come, they have to get to another drop off so they can pick up a check. As long as the truck tire is spinning or the truck engine is on, they are losing money, or money, they need money. You know what I mean? So that's what I realized. And ever since I started applying some of these principles, my life has been beautiful. I've never lost a car. The only time I lose the car is like with the city. Like there was one time I bought a 2010 Honda Insight. I told the body man to fix Honda Insight 2010. It's like this small hybrid Honda, you know what I mean? Like a Prius. It's a Prius but Honda edition. So I bought the car, my plan was to fix it up and keep it for myself, just a fuel economic car. And then I could rent it out to like Uber drivers once in a while. While I waited for the bodyman to fix the car, they towed the car, the city towed the car. I was like, fuck it, man, I didn't bother with the car no more. I didn't go get it. Then another time, I bought a car. I was trying to help one of my girlfriends. I was trying to help one of my girlfriends start a business, like a side income, you know what I mean? Just have a car for her to put on tour so that at least she's making money to pay her rent. She don't have to pay her rent from her paycheck, you know? Just have one car that people on tour are using and she's getting the income. I took the car to a body shop, right? While the body shop was waiting for me to come and make payment, right? So I was waiting for all the parts to get to the body shop. You know what the body shop did? They threw all my cars outside, and the city towed the cars. And then after this happened, you know what I did? I just jumped all the cars that I have because I used to, most of my profit used to come from heavy damaged cars. Because heavy damaged cars,
The most I made with heavy damage.
like let me give you an example. One of my biggest profit. I bought a 2012. I made a YouTube video about this car actually. It's on my YouTube channel. 2012 Chevy Malibu, 28,000 miles, clean title, clean history. It had an accident in Idaho. It was a rental car. Bought this car for $1,800. Back in 2000.
Nobody wants to buy Chevys.
Back in 2016. No, people want to buy it. But the car was in Idaho, Boise, Idaho. I don't know if you know where that is. That is like no man's land. You know what I mean? But you see, I'm a logistic expert. I know how to get cars to me. I know how to plan the logistic route to get drivers to pick up my car. So let's say I buy a car in Idaho. You know what I do? I don't wait to find a driver that will pick it up from Idaho and bring it all the way to Illinois. That's not what I do. You see what I'm saying? What I do is I find a driver that can pick it up from Boise, Idaho. I post it for Boise, Idaho to Colorado, Boise, Idaho to Utah, Boise, Idaho to Chicago, and I leave it like that. So right away, a driver calls me and says, I can pick up your car and take it from Boise to Colorado. I say, good, pick it up. They pick it up and they bring it to, immediately they pick it up, I post it from Colorado to Chicago. So as soon as it's getting to Colorado, the forklift in Colorado, Copart, pick up the car and put it on the trailer for the driver coming to Chicago. So that's how I plan it. You see what I'm saying? That car came back to Chicago, sat down for 2 years. The body man didn't fix it. Another headache is body man. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Mexican ones. They're a whole headache. So at the end of the day, I fixed this car. I got mad at the body man. I took it to different shops. Nobody would fix it for me. Finally, I found this one guy. He reluctantly fixed the car for me. And after he fixed it, I had to take it from shop to shop to perfect the car. You know what I mean? Change K-frame, do this and that. I finally get the bolts to fit in the K-frame, everything. Finally fixed this car, had it perfect. Posted it on Copart. 13,500 or best or buy it now. Somebody from North Carolina just came and bought it full price. When I calculated all my money in that car was $6,100. I made over $7,000 profit.
How much time did you lose?
But you see, 2 years, all this other stuff, but I was still happy that at the end of the day I made profit. You know what I mean? Like, it was not a loss. You see what I'm saying? So the thing about the car business is
I think it's better to buy an auction or a
marketplace for fast profit. Marketplace is good for, like I remember my guy that I told you that I drove his Range Rover the night that my van got towed, that is dead now. That's how he made a lot of money. He used to go to Marketplace and just buy cars from like Fort Wayne, Indiana, South Bend, all, far places where like people just want to get rid of an extra car, and he'll buy them like high mileage and bring them back, and then that's how he made a lot of profit.
So I let him do this.
You know what I mean? He would make like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
nice dealership on north. It's on north side. I went there. My buddy bought Porsche Cayenne. Very good price, very low mileage, and they're no joke. They say you can ship whatever you want. Like we want to take it to the shop, we lift it, and we looked on that it was dry, man, dry, just like brand new.
I know.
They offer warranties. This is that. I see they're doing good because there is a lot of people in the office. A lot of people waiting to get cars, to talk. So like, man, you're doing good. Because at that time I was selling cars and it wasn't good. I was like, do you make a profit? He's like, oh hell yeah, like I make profit. He's Pakistani. And he told me, because at that time I was buying some cars that are cheap to get, like Hyundai, Kia, Chevy, but hard to sell, but cheap. Because on the auction, you can't get fucking Toyota and Honda. Like everybody wants it, you can't get it. But my ideal situation was to get Toyota or Honda, because those are gonna sell, right? And he told me, and I told him what I'm trying to do. He's like, man, you stupid, like don't do this shit. He's like, look, we have 100 cars in this line. go find one Toyota. Go find one. You're not gonna find it. Go find one Honda. I looked everything he was selling. Mercedes, BMW, Porsche,
Audi.
Jaguar, Range Rover, cars like that, you know. Usually he sticks to the German and some luxury brands like Jaguar.
See what I told you? He has a niche.
Yeah.
He sticks
But
to a certain line.
he told me I stick to German. Sometimes when people trade in or something, I keep some like expensive cars. Like look at the Jaguar there. He said guy bought it literally. He just drove next to us. So he came in. He was like, how much is this Jaguar? This much. Paid again. Just he looked at it.
That's
know?
it. One side.
But he says, Toyota, I used to sell it. Firstly, they're gonna come to negotiate. He's like, those are my
Cheap people.
He's
Yes.
like, those are my people.
They're cheap.
He's like, they want it for Uber.
They want good deal.
And then they buy it, and then they come and they complain. This didn't work.
Too much headache.
It never happened to me that I sell Mercedes and somebody comes tomorrow and say, hey, I have leak of the coolant. They don't give a fuck. They will fix it.
That's it.
There is coolant leak.
Because they expect it with the Mercedes.
They just don't. They don't want to waste time and go to the dealership.
They wanna
and
start
say,
enjoying
hey,
their
you
car.
sold me this car. This is how much it is? $200-300 bucks. You can pay like fuck that. So he says when I stopped selling Toyota and Honda, it was much better for me, and I make profit like this. And it's true because like people that are buying, for example, BMW. They really want that specific car, they're coming to get the specific car.
That's it.
But you, if you drive, for example, Uber,
You're not
like,
coming for
you know,
specific.
maybe I want Prius, maybe Camry, like some Accord would be good, and you don't know what you want, and you're looking for
They're
the
not decisive,
price,
yeah.
you know. For example, when I was buying Porsche, I wanted Porsche V8.
That's it.
Cayenne
Nobody can
V8,
change your
S,
mind.
That's it. I want that car, and I came. I looked at the car. It was good price, right? I connected computer OBG. I saw it has. I knew it has catalytic problem because I saw the code. It wasn't for sensors. It was for catalytic itself, and I know it's fucking expensive.
Yeah. You knew what you were getting yourself into. You budgeted into your pricing and negotiation. Yeah.
I saw like the alignment wasn't the best, maybe tires, maybe I saw suspension, I saw a couple of bad things.
But
But I
went
really
for it.
wanted to
You
that
want
car.
that car.
I found it, I said, man, can you
Work on
lower
the
for
price,
this?
yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't want, he's like, you can.
Because he knows that if you don't buy it, somebody will pick it up.
He literally said that somebody else will buy. You don't want it. I'm not.
I'm not begging you, yeah.
Penny, if you give me $1 less, he said, I swear to God, $1
You know what they
less,
call those
I'm
cars?
gonna walk away.
They call those cars arrogant cars. I know those kind of cars, man. Like you don't negotiate it, you know?
And I said, come on, man, give me 500 off for this. Man, $1, I'm gonna walk away. I'm telling you. And I said, fuck it, okay, and I paid.
Yeah, it's like when I sell the Range Rovers, like Range Rover, right? People that come to buy Range Rover, right? They've seen themselves in that car. Yeah. Before they left the house, they told somebody, I'm going to buy a Range Rover. You're going to see me in a Range Rover. You see, so when they show up, these are the people that come with cash, right? They already told everybody that that evening they're coming home with a Range Rover. So now the only person that can get in the way is you, the seller. You know what I mean? You just gotta watch how you talk to them, and that's it. And they're gonna take the car. When I sold my Range Rover to an African American guy, the Range Rover I got it for. How did I get that Range Rover again? It was a trade. You know, so my friend, he was owing me $2,000 and he told me to just take the Range Rover. I posted the Range Rover for $7,000. An African American guy came with $6,000.
Which Range Rover?
The HSC, yeah, the old one. Back in, this was 06. He bought a Maserati and he was getting rid of the Range Rover, you know? He bought a Maserati and he was getting rid of the Range Rover. So, I told the guy, you know, but at this point I already had that principle, you know? If you see cash, let it go. You understand? So I told the guy, yeah, 6,000, we'll do 6,000. He was trying to get it for 5,500. I told him, listen, no, I'm not selling this car for a penny less, you know? And then he argued like, oh, fuck it, because he thought about it. His homeboy was already hyping him up. He's like, man, you look bad in this car, dog. You know, this and that, you know? So at the end of the day, he just gave me the money. He actually overpaid me. He paid me $200 extra because when he started to argue so much, I told him, you know, I'm going to raise the price back to $6,500, you know? So at the end of the day, he gave me 62. You know, and that car was a very profitable Range Rover I've ever sold. At that point, I had 2 of them. If you look on my Instagram, you see.
You like Range Rover, really? Yeah.
The reason I love them is because
Their engines are so reliable.
their engines are reliable. Let me tell you why they're not reliable. The plumbing is not so good.
The what?
The plumbing in the Range Rover, the cooling system, is not. They use plastic pipes, and the problem with it is that the Range Rover engine, right after years, the motor mounts start having play. You see, because the plumbing is made of pipes. When they start to be play, you know, because it's not metal. You know, metal is rigid, but pipe start to move. And once it starts to move, that's when they start to break, especially when it's cold. You notice that most Range Rovers start leaking coolant in the cold. You see what I'm saying? And especially if you don't fix them during the winter time, you will see the problem in the summertime. Because guess what? The coolant start leaking into the summertime, it will overheat it start leaking in the winter time, it's going to overheat in the summertime. Because if it's leaking a very little bit in the winter time, when the summer comes with the heat and the high pressure, it's just going to burst wide open. You see what I'm saying? That's why some people, you see some people, they drive their Range Rover, they think everything is good. Oh, it's just leaking a little bit of coolant, they're tapping it off. As soon as July comes, boom, they're just driving it one day, they're just idling, maybe sitting in front of their house or their driveway or their girlfriend's house, waiting for somebody. Boom, the Range Rover, the water pump just go out. You know? So that's the secret to Range Rover is this, right? Once it has a problem, you look at the coolant, it's shorting, don't ignore it. You hear a sound like tick, 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 knock, 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 don't ignore it. Go take care of it right away. It's time for you to change oil, change the oil right away. Don't waste time. You see what I mean? Like my Range Rover, they say change oil every 10,000 miles. I change it every 5 to 7,000 miles, and not only that, I put the best oil, liquid moly. That's what I put in. German products. I put only the German products in all my cars. And now another thing I said,
oil, that one is very good.
AMS is good too. And all I do now, anything German, I put in my cars.
I use Mobile Wash because that is what
Mobile one is good,
says.
but Mobile one is good, but it's not as good as the German product, like the liquid moly and the AMS and all this stuff, because these are engineered to outperform every other oil. You see what I mean? The Germans are very good at technology. Don't forget, after World War II, all the technology from Hitler came to the United States. These guys, they sanctioned them, they cut them off from oil from all over the world, Arabia, Africa. They manufactured synthetic gasoline. The Germans are too good, man. Their brain, I'm telling you, if they open the German brain, I think they're going to see God inside. The people are too smart. They even manufacture synthetic rubber. Remember, during World War II, they would not let them import rubber because when the Allies teamed up against Germany, they would not let them bring rubber into Germany to make tires for their cars. Then Hitler found a scientist that was able to engineer synthetic rubber. Go read your history books. Synthetic rubber was discovered in Germany. You know how rubber you're supposed to get from the tree? Germans made fake rubber and put it on their cars. The people are too much. I'm telling you, when I see a product, like you know how I go to the store, I pick up something, I have to look at it, make sure it's good. Once I see made in Germany, I don't even look at it no more. I just take it and go.
The best cars are made in Germany.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So, and the thing about Germany is that the problem I have with Germany now is that Germany, their quality is going down because they've learned the American system.
Lot German cars are built in Mexico now.
No, not even that. What they do now is that Germany have realized that pricing is a big contender, right? So they give you the cheap stuff, they give you the mid-level stuff, and they give you the advanced stuff. I'll give you an example. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the engine will never go bad.
That car,
You see what I'm saying?
it literally sells, used sells more than retail.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, cars like that, the engine is built to last forever because of why? The price you pay. But now, you go buy like, say, Porsche Panamera 4S Hybrid, and then after you buy it brand new in 2012, and then 2018, you wonder why the engine go out. It's because it's the cheap version of the product. You want to look like you have Porsche, right? But
911 GT, which year, like 2012 maybe or something. one of the best cars built, and it's selling for like close to $1 million, something
Which
like
one?
that. GT. I don't know which.
Oh,
year
you're talking
was
about the Porsche GT?
Yeah.
Yes, sell for 2 million, 3 million now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
And every year,
I'm not
the one that
locked into like that, but my buddy told me. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were talking about. I drove another day, 911, and it was amazing, man. I always thought that car is so small. It's not for me.
No,
And
it's
this
the
buddy
best.
of mine, he says, "Believe me, there is a lot of space for you there."
There's a lot of space.
And I moved seat, and I was like,
The handling is perfect. The handling
I
is
drove
perfect.
motors. I was riding motorcycles my whole life, and same feeling when you ride this, when you drive this shit.
You have control. You have absolute control of everything. You just turn the steering wheel 1 degree, you can feel it on the wheel. The car is amazing. I have friends that have 911. You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to this podcast where like rich guys talk, like people that
Big money, you know?
people big money
That put it into cars,
They
you know?
had Ferrari, they
have
had
everything.
Bugatti, they had everything, and they say Porsche.
Nothing like Porsche. Nothing like Porsche.
It's like
The handling.
yeah, he says I had Ferrari, I had Lamborghini. And let me tell you, it's bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It's for the brand name. They built a brand name. But when it comes to performance, right? When it comes to performance,
But they also said,
when it
like,
comes to
I think
performance,
Joe Rogan also said for Range Rover that it has one of the like best like driving experience in general, like overall, like how you perform on bumps, in a
no, the Range
curve,
Rover is very,
everything.
Range Rovers are very comfortable.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll let you drive my Range Rover. You see, it's a very comfortable car compared to this new Mercedes. This my current Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's not.
Is that air suspension on GLE?
No, it's regular suspension. It has some.
GLS
It has some. It has some.
air, but they have a lot of problems with air suspension. But it's very, very comfy.
Range Rover is when you sit in the driver's seat, you feel like a boss. Range Rover is a statement car. You know what I mean? From the aesthetic, they want you to arrive anywhere and have a heightened sense of importance. People all over the world buy Range Rovers not because it's the most reliable car. They tell you not to buy it because it's reliable, because it's not. You buy it because of the status, the way it makes you feel when you show up anywhere. Mind you, their car's better than the Range Rover, like G-Wagon, even the BMW X5. Better performing cars, XM, all this stuff. But when the Range Rover shows up, right, it's the presence. It was intentionally designed that way. Same thing with the Porsche. Porsche is not designed to be a car that steals presence. Porsche doesn't steal presence. Lamborghini, Ferrari, they look better. They have better curb appeal.
One of the best cars built for
driving.
Like it
Driving
has the
experience.
best aerodynamic.
That's
built like a tier.
But you see, the problem, that's what I'm telling you. The Porsche is for, if you want to say fuck all the bullshit, I want to have a good driving experience. That's the Porsche. Now, if you want to say, I want to look good while I'm going fast, that's Lamborghini. That's Ferrari. But remember, Ferrari is not really fast. Ferrari is just noise. When you see the Ferrari going, you hear all this noise, and it's still standing in the same place. But when you hear a Porsche go, like when the turbo has the blowback, man, the Porsche is gone. It's like all the way down there. But you see the Ferrari, you know, I see Ferrari like you've never been to my place. I live right by Lakeshore Drive. So you see the guys drive by over there, just like the Bugatti, right? The Bugatti and the Ferrari, comparing them is the perfect definition of brand power.
But that 2 billion, man.
No, listen to me.
Nice.
The Bugatti doesn't make any noise when you're watching it from outside. The only person that enjoys the noise of the Bugatti is the person in the driver's seat. When they step on the Bugatti, right? If the driver just step all the way on the gas, you see him here, you blink your eyes and you open it, you won't see him no more. The Ferrari, he step on all the gas, you hear all the turbo blowback and stuff like that. You blink your eyes, you open your eyes, he's still at that red, you see the stuff that said La Roma de Cuba, he's still over there.
Do you like classic cars?
I like classic. I used to have the Ville, 1964 Chevy DeVille. I tried to rebuild it. I did all that. After a while, I'm like, I don't have the lifestyle to match this car right now. I just sold it.
How was driving it? Fun or no?
You know what I think is the perfect marriage of classic cars and modern history? If you have the money, you have the capacity to buy a classic car and put all the new components inside, like disc brake,
You need AC, you need power steering.
they become the best thing in the world, man. I have one of my buddies, he had one, he did everything to it. Leather seats, digital dashboard, electronic side mirrors, disc brakes, he did everything. I'm talking about like the whole frame. He sandblasted it. It's almost like a brand new car. And I asked him how much. He said $20,000. But if you drive this car, it's nothing actually. If you drive it, it drives like. What can I compare it to? It drives similar to a 2020 Chevy SS. Have you seen one of those Chevy SS four-door cars? No, not the Chevy. It's a new car, 2018, like Chevy SS. It's like an Impala, but they just call it the Chevy SS. It just drives like that, like a very modern car.
Dream would be the Chevy Chevelle SS from like
1964, 69, 60, yeah, 67.
1967.
Yes, I know the car you're talking about. Yeah.
Just did like a screenshot on it a couple days ago, man. That would be go-to. This bitch, 69.
You see that car? You think that car is sexy? Let me show you sexy. This is when it's old, okay? Now let me show you what
But
happens.
that noise when it's idling.
Let me show you. Look,
The uneven noise.
I
Love it, man.
G-Wagon has almost the same effect, almost, yeah.
You know which one also? Pontiac GTO,
GTO, that's a
from
good car.
67.
Yeah, that's a good car.
Man.
Hold on, let me show you something. Let me show you something about the Chevy. So let me blow your mind right now. Hold on.
Those two, and you know
Have
which
you
is
ever
first
been
one?
to SEMA? Have you ever been to SEMA?
No.
We should go to SEMA together.
My buddy, the one that we usually like fix a lot of stuff together, you know. And he called me actually to go in Vegas on SEMA. He's like, let's go to SEMA, and I didn't have the time. But he says we have to go.
You need to go to SEMA. You will see.
They have that
you
shit there?
think this country is great? Wait till you go to SEMA. I'm talking about Americans, Germans, people with brains. They take a car that you know and turn it into something that is like God made it, you know? Like they would turn it into something else. Let me show you something. Look at this shit. This is not even a good one. Let me show you another one.
70.
Let me show you one that has been modernized.
They're
Right?
pricey, but right now it's a good time to buy them.
Now it's a good time to buy them because the value is about to go up.
Cheap, so cheap right now, but I know it's gonna go up. Yeah, this guy did some serious body
Some
work, man.
serious work. You see, you driving a car like this is like you're driving the new SS.
It's like Rolls Royce.
You know what some people do? You know what some people do? They buy the current Camaro and they do a swap. They change the brakes, they change the
What they
differentials.
call that for trucks? Glider, I think. Glider.
So let me show you something else. Let me show you another one. Oh my God, you're not ready for this one. This is the exact car I was looking for. This is the exact car I was looking for. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this shit. All this is carbon fiber. He was a SEMA. This guy was a SEMA. This is what they do. They build specialty cars.
It's way too much. I would not go for this, but this one, good. He built it. It looks like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, we should go to SEMA, man. When you're ready, let's go to SEMA together.
650 horsepower.
Yeah, I've seen one with 1,000 horsepower. You know?
Supercharged 6-speed. There.
And the next one's coming in.
But I see prices right now so cheap. When it was right after COVID, when everybody had money, SB loans, like everything.
People were buying electric cars, so the price of those cars came down a little bit. You know?
But no, back then, Charger 1970, the one that like
The old
Fast
school one,
Furious
yeah. The souped up one, yeah.
It was
Vin Diesel.
close to 100,000.
Oh yeah.
Right now, you can find it for like 20 something grand.
Oh, that's not bad. If you go to the south side, they have a lot of black guys, you know, because this is what black guys like. They're filled with drug dealers, you know?
They especially like you had the real and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, but no. Some black guys like the Chevelle and they like the GTO and all that stuff. So I used to be part owner of a car wash, right? On the south side, on 66th and Western. I used to own it with some black guy, one drug dealer. He eventually ended up going to jail, you know? So they gave me the lot to sell my cars. And then, you know, the other guys just ran the car wash, man. Oh, bro. He had everything. He had everything. He had the Chevelle
I
GTO.
will have shop there on 130th Street, a little bit further.
Okay.
But that is the first big truck yard close to the city. There is no one closer to the city than this one, you know. It looks good. Let me show you. They're still building it.
So what do you think about the chocolate with the cigar? It takes away like that aftertaste, you know?
You see, it's gonna be this one. It's
that's
big
cool.
entrance, like
Yeah, high
14
ceiling.
feet. I think it's gonna be enough for me. 45 feet long, 25 feet wide, big shelves. Over here is gonna come washroom. They're still building it. Just enough for me to drive in a straight truck. Okay. Sleepers.
So what do you want to do with that place?
So my primary thing, a lot of my buddies call me for sleepers. You know, sleeper for straight truck.
Yeah. In the back.
Yeah, and a lot of people call me. They know I do like stuff and say you can do this. I have a lot of tools. I have tools for all that, right? And I said, let me try. They say I asked them how much prices go, and its cheapest one is around 2,000 with like with material and everything. I think you can get like at least 1,500 there, and I think I can finish that for one day, which is good. But also, I want to do PM service. Just nothing complicated, just
minus the oil change,
oil
brakes,
filter,
little things.
fuel filter. That's it. Brakes. Maybe if somebody tells, hey, can you change my shocks
And
or
offer
something
good money,
like that? Yeah, I will do it, but like, I don't want to get into like engine this and that, because like, not that I
This for diesel
couldn't
trucks?
do it. Yeah.
There's too much money in there.
Not that I couldn't do it, but
It's gonna take too much time.
I don't
And it's not gonna be worth the money.
wrap my time around one truck and then
You want
lose
it to
money.
be quick,
I want it to be
quick. I understand.
So if it goes well, if I make money, and then I said, okay, let's make a shop now, hire somebody who is gonna use his time. I don't want to use my
I
time.
see you pay him for his time and then you
Yeah.
devote your time to things that are more profitable. I
Yes.
guess. That's how you do it.
I want quick money. I don't want.
It's not that you want quick money, you want to leverage your time properly.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
I got you. That's how you do it in America. If you ever think you're going to trade your time for money, you will never get anywhere.
And maybe we were thinking, maybe because it's a not big profit margin on the tires. But if I find some like,
It's not big
good
profit
deal,
margin, but people always need tires.
If I find some good deal for tires itself to ship container from China or something like, or to get like cheap tire, and if I can make money of selling you a tire and installing it, okay. But just installment, it's not worth like it's like $30 to like.
Let me tell you the best way to make money on tires and trucking company, right? When there's like an economic downturn, right? Remember like when COVID happened and everything ceased, right? And trucks were not running, right? And they have all these truck shops with big tire inventory. Those are the best times. You buy all these tires and you just pack it in a warehouse. And then you just sit on it. You know what I mean? You just sit on it. The people that always make money in this country are people that have cash and they wait for just bad things to happen. You know what I mean? And when bad things happen, you just take advantage of that opportunity, and these are the people that come out on top.
Let me tell you, the best business situation that I've seen in the last couple of years that this guy did. Say he, you know, situation, how it was situation during COVID.
A lot of people made
couldn't
money.
find anything. You go in Walmart, there is no paper, there is no, it was shortage of everything. Same with trucks.
My buddy became a millionaire. He started an eBay store and was selling tissue paper, gloves, you know, like the mask, just bullshit, lotion. He's a millionaire right now. I saw him the other day. He has the new Range Rover autobiography. You know what I'm saying?
200,000.
You know, he has a Richard Mille, you know, all this stuff. You know, he made a lot of money. Jamaican guy.
You couldn't find oil filters, you couldn't find fuel filters, you couldn't find anything. Even dealerships didn't have it. So it was a big problem with water pumps. I think they cost maybe like $500 for a truck or something like that. Not exactly sure, but there was a big shortage, and this guy knew it's going to be shortage. So he ordered a whole container full of water pumps for a freight liner. Do you know how much? Because I was fleet manager, we were buying those pumps when we needed it. Because like the people were making big money in trucking. When I was driving, it was like 15 to 20K you could make in 1 week.
Oh yeah, they were making more than that. Yeah, some people are making 30,000, 50,000. Yeah.
So if your truck is broken, you don't ask how much. Just fix it.
That's
just
it.
fix it.
Like people running, yeah.
And when your water pump dies, you know how much we were paying for it just for a part? 5,000. 5,000, and it was cost 500.
4,500.
But nobody had it. Nobody had it. I promise you. You go in dealership, they say it's a back order. It's national back order.
And that's the worst.
Whole container of it. So yeah, sure, I have 5,000. No problem. No problem. Not even negotiate the price. No problem. Just give me. Can you give me that today?
He was making 900% profit.
It's all over.
Of course it's all
over. How many fit in the container?
I bet it's a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's a fucking rich guy right now. He's a
That is
model.
what we were talking another day. The most important is information.
Yes.
If you have the right information from the right people,
Don't forget, me and you, we talked about this, right? About how knowledge is not power no more, money is not even power. Information is the key.
you can know whatever you want, man. You could read thousands of books. It doesn't matter.
When the pandemic started, there's a guy I used to manage his fleet. Remember I told you I was the fleet manager for one of the biggest guys on Turo? I don't know where he got the information from. He went around the country. He was driving. He would leave his wife and go drive around Michigan everywhere. You know what he was buying? The N95 mask. He was buying he took like close to $1 million. He was going everywhere. Anywhere he go to, they have the N95 mask, you buy all of them. When the pandemic started, he lives in a $2 million house now, long story short. He lives in a $2 million. The last time I checked, his house was worth 3.3 million right now. When he bought it for 2,999,000, something like that, almost 2.1 million. So information.
My buddy gave me a couple of years ago this. It was a cool thing. It's like a metal bracket with a magnet on opposite side. You put it here and you put magnet under it,
On the back, cover stick, yeah.
and you can hook your sunglasses on it. Make sense?
Yes.
So you just let basically like a metal brick.
Yeah, you don't have to have a pocket. You don't have to have a
You put
pocket.
it here. So this guy, my buddy was driving Uber, and this guy gave him, hey, here it is. I built this. I sell it on Amazon. It's my patent, you know.
Yeah.
He's, oh yeah, cool. How much you sell it for? I don't know, $5. Doesn't matter.
Give me something, you know. Yeah.
No, he was asking how much you sell it for on Amazon. He gave him for free, but it was how much, and I don't know how much price was, but he made $2 million of selling that. He came with an idea. Okay, you know, you take your sunglasses off, you want to put it somewhere, but you also
You don't want it to break. You don't want it to break.
You want it to be handy,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So he built that thing, and it's cool. I used it. $2 million. Just random idea.
That's what
random idea.
That's what this country is all about. That's before you know the waist trainer. This thing that I told you that I tried to introduce this girlfriend of mine, you know, but she was lazy about it. There's a black lady, you know. She was dating a rapper, and before the rapper went to jail, the rapper didn't have anybody he trusted, so he trusted her, gave her access and power of attorney to his bank account. $2 million was in the bank account. He went to jail. By the time he came out of jail, that $2 million, she turned it into almost $10 million. What was she selling? Because America had not seen the waist trainer in a very complicated form. She went to China right before the pandemic. I think way before the pandemic. She imported a bunch of them, and she was selling it to black women all over Atlanta. Every women that want to be like, you know, Coke bottle shape, she was selling it. He was selling like water. Most of the time, you go to her website, it says sold out, sold out, sold out. You know what I mean? Like sometime before the order came in, it was already sold out. Like she would have it on her website, but it would say zero quantity because people already started placing orders before the product even showed up. You know?
Do you watch that Shark Tank?
I watch Shark Tank.
I don't watch it all. Like I just
I've seen
highlights.
it here and there. Yeah.
So it was this what you were talking about. It was interesting to me. This lady was selling some product. I don't even know what was it, but she developed idea to sell it, like to make a drop, like to sell it 2 times per year. So she has a website and this product, doesn't matter this industry. But she doesn't sell it every day. She only make a drop 2 times a year. You are able to buy it. And for those basically 2 days, she would like make a big sale, huge. So she does marketing. Hey, these days gonna be this. When she made these 2 drops, she made like $750,000 for some random ass fucking product. But she developed it just like for a Rolex. They developed it so you can just buy it everywhere, you know. You have to wait for it.
Exactly. Depending on the model, yes.
And you have to wait for it, but this is demand.
That's right. Create demand. Yeah, demand is very
She
important.
created demand.
You always want demand to outweigh supply. You know what I mean? Any product. That's why you think I got into catalytic converter? There's too much demand, and people don't know how to get it. And I figured it out. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I told you, let's talk. This could be. Listen. So, if you want to work in this country, make sure you love working. But if you want money, there's a better way to get it outside of working. These motherfuckers in Washington, D.C., they're not working. They're not fixing diesel trucks, but they have all the millions. These motherfuckers in Silicon Valley, they're not lifting trucks and changing engines. You know what I mean? It's all about strategy. If you have the right strategy, look at Silicon Valley. Look at when the Russian-Ukraine war started. Everybody that knew how the dollar was going to move on that specific day the Russian war started, they all made millions, depending on how much you came in with. If you came in with $1 million, you probably ended up with 7-10 million.
You see what happened with that bank in
Silicon Valley, yeah, people made money and people lost money. My boy lost, Federico, he lost $230,000. he over leveraged himself. He took a loan on a margin call, like so he was doing margin trading, so he was loaning money, but he ended up settling that debt for $30,000. And then this was during the pandemic. The pandemic had just ended. Silicon Valley went under. He lost his position. He was owing them. He lost $230,000. They settled with him for $30,000. He asked me for the $30,000. I told him I don't have it. He didn't believe me because all my money was in stuff, catalytic converter cards, all kinds of stuff, And he thought that I was just being a bad friend, that I had the money. People look at your lifestyle, right? If you see all these rich people, people always think they have cash just sitting. Yes, they have cash, but sometimes they just put the cash they have into work.
Of course.
And they're waiting for it to bounce back. So he was mad at me that at that moment when he needed me, I could not give him the money. You see what I'm saying? And I told him, bro, it's not that I don't want to give you the money. I really don't have it. I don't have 30,000. I have something I can give you, but I don't have 30,000. And he got mad at me till today. He doesn't talk to me. He calls me a brokey. That's what he did. He calls me a brokey. He said that, man, when can you ever come to my rescue? I'm like, because the kind of money you ask for is ridiculous. When you lost $230,000, I can't give you $230,000. You know what I mean? My net worth is barely 300, barely around there. I have to sell everything I own in my life to give you that money. So I told him I can't do that. But now, if he has that problem, I can help him. You see, that's why if you have a good friend, keep them around. Someone that is as hungry for information as you, because you never know when that person is going to come in handy. When that person is going to have useful information, when a problem you guys had in the past, that person will figure it out. You see what I'm saying? If he has that problem today, he will not have a problem with me.
So I have this buddy, we are making this joke because this guy, his friend, he lives in Switzerland. He call him and he says, I have tough time, this is complaining, And this guy says, I know he's preparing me to ask me for some money.
Yeah, they borrow you up first. My uncle does that to me. He calls me for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight, asking me how's everything going. On the 4th week, he asks me for money,
So this guy, it's already happening for some time, and this friend of mine, he says, do you need money?
You need something? Let's stop the bullshit. Let's get straight to the point.
You want me to give you a couple grand? He's like, he laughed and he says, oh no, but I don't want to ask you for a couple grand. I'm saving you. When I need 50,000, you will be there. But I won't bother you for a couple grand. So right now we are messing around. When I call him and I am going through some tough time, he's like, do you need money? And then I tell him, oh no, I'm saving you. When I need 50,000, I'll let you know. But right now I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. It's good to have you.
It's good to have the friends. Yeah, it's good. I mean,
I tell him it's good to have you.
The thing about it is that you see this thing about life, it's always good to have people that can just shoot straight with you. A lot of people don't understand that most problems will be eliminated if you can just shoot straight with each other. You know what I mean? I'm a straight shooter, and a lot of my friends don't like that I shoot straight. I don't know how to pretend, and I think I think that's the disadvantage I have. I don't like to play politics. If I have something to ask of you, I just ask. If you see the day you came and you were trying to make sure I'm not a scam, it was pissing me off already, but I had to come out of my body and put myself in your shoes and said, if it was this guy and some random guy, especially black guy, was trying to tell him to put $200 deposit for a product he hasn't seen, and so I just come down, explain everything to you, show you that we're not fucking around. But now you trust, you see. But now imagine, say the guy with the beard over there want to buy the same thing you bought from me. You know what I'm saying? How can I convince him that I'm real? I have you. You see, there's two people that can tell him, hey, this is real, you don't have to worry. But when it's just me, I have to vouch for myself. It makes it 2, 3, 10 times as hard.
What do you think? Why in every stop you have 2 cups?
Oh, for what do you call it?
Witness.
Witness, exactly.
Because like, what if you get the ticket and you come on a court and you say, I wasn't speeding, and these guys say, oh yeah, he was. It's one word
witness,
against the
exactly,
other word.
yes, yes.
So there is a second,
The second
to
opinion
say,
for
oh,
witness.
I was there. He
yeah.
was.
He
doing
fucked
blah,
up.
blah, blah. Yeah. So yeah, you're right.
So, like, I remember when I started to figure this country out, I had some friends, Polish white boys. I met them at the club. They liked my energy. They liked the way I moved, the way I dressed. They liked me. So they came with their friends. And if you know anything about people and their circle, it's hard for them to accept new people. You know what I mean? But they just saw me. They just liked me. I was doing things they didn't ask for. You know what I mean? Like, I would introduce them to girls, I would, hook them up with stuff. I would buy them. I don't drink, so I told you I buy drinks for people. So at the end of the night, they were like, hey, why don't you come back to our place with us? They had some nice girls with them, But then, I always tell a lot of people, like even women, I tell women this, right? If women were just nice to men, just told them nice things. Oh, you're handsome. You smell good. Oh my God, I would like to know more about you. Most men wouldn't even be thinking about sex. Men are just satisfied knowing that somebody found something interesting about them. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. The day I met you, right? After I met you the next time, I've never had somebody in my life, a man, give me a gift out of nowhere. They don't do it in this country. Men have been castrated so much in this country that they don't even know who they are no more. That's why you see most men, they're fat, out of shape, they don't groom themselves well, they don't think it matters. Men have been convinced in this country that nothing matters. So they just move however they like. That's why if you're a man in this country, you do a couple of simple things, you stand out right away. You dress well, you go to the gym, you smell good, you get some good sleep, you eat healthy, you have good company, people that you socialize with that give you raw intel, good information. Immediately you start to see that you're different from every other man. Think about it. For you to sit by yourself and be a powerhouse, you have to be getting information. You better be a smart guy that knows how to do research online and go do shit yourself. But most of us are not. Most of us depend on each other. If you have 10 friends, and let's say when Silicon Valley Bank was going to peak, right? You didn't know about it. And a friend was like, oh man, I heard this information, man, that this bank, man, the stock is going to go up, right? Now you have an option. You have a chance and you have a choice. You have the chance to invest in Silicon Valley Bank, right? And you have a choice to accept the information he just gave you and said, you know what? I'm not going to take chances, right? I'm going to put 10 grand. You see? But you know the beautiful part? You have the information. There's a sucker somewhere that doesn't have that information. He's a loner. He talks to nobody. He has no circle. He doesn't work out. He doesn't dress well. He has no social life. He has nothing. That's most men in America today.
But let me tell you this about information that I was surprised. People that have no business, no life, they're miserable. They're just not the people you want to be around. Sometimes you underestimate people, but those people give you the best.
Oh, the best information. You're right about that.
I just sometimes ask random people, hey, what do you think is happiness? Some random question. The best answers I got from people that other people say, oh, these guys.
You underestimated that.
And the guys that are actually have money, they're not as smart sometimes. Because believe me, people that need money sometimes are dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Because they take a chance.
They take. Look at Shaquille. Did you hear about Shaquille O'Neal? How he made his billion, hundreds of
You
billions?
just invest in everything.
Shaquille O'Neal
You
was.
tell me,
Shaquille
hey,
O'Neal.
brother, there is this picture, it's good, it's you can say. He's right away, but he's everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He takes every chance.
Yeah.
But dumb people, like for example, if you tell me, hey, let's start a business, this with the cars. I'm gonna ask a zillion questions. I wanna be sure. Okay, what kind of car? What are we talking about?
You almost want to be convinced. You want God to come from heaven and say, bro, go ahead. It's good.
What is profit margin? Like, where do we do it? What is location? How? Like, how much is the rent? Dumb guy? It's gonna be like, do you think we can make money there?
Let's go.
So yeah, okay, let's go. And he's gonna take 5 folds, 6, 7. I have a friend that own more than $1 million. Don't work, don't do anything, but they wait for that
Opportunity. That's right.
and they're pursuing it every day. I'm telling you. And I told this guy another day. He told me, I got 2 trucks right now. They're working for me. And the guy with his $1 million debt has $0 in the pocket, but he found money from somebody else to get a truck to set it work for him because he heard that's good. Like, he had no shame. They have no shame. They don't think. They just go. They're
go.
gonna make money.
They make more money, yeah, because they're risk averse. They're not scared of the risk. They know the risk, and they just take the chance. Shaquille O'Neal, he was sitting in the lobby. Starbucks, the owner of Starbucks, the CEO, the guy that invented Starbucks,
When the Greek tells
came
the Jew that he loves
the
him,
same place where Shaquille O'Neal was having a meeting with venture capitalists,
I
right?
was just telling
And he had his son. His wife went to work, so nobody would watch his son. And he asked Shaquille O'Neal, "Can you look after my boy?" And Shaquille said, "Sure." Remember, Shaquille O'Neal is a big deal, big star. Telling this big star to babysit your boy while you go into a business meeting. And you know what Shaquille O'Neal got for that? He told Shaquille O'Neal, "Hey, there's an opportunity. There's this company where I just came here to give them a speech on it. See if they're gonna invest. It's called Starbucks. You know what I mean? I'll, as a thank you, I'll give you an opportunity to be an early investor." Shaquille said, "How much do I need to put?" Oh no, it was Google. Sorry, Google. The Google guys, they came to so Shaquille O'Neal. So the guy told him, "There's this company we're trying to start. That's what I came here to give a speech. It's called Starbucks. You know what I mean? I'll give you an opportunity to be an early investor for doing me this favor." Shaquille O'Neal asked him, "How much can I put in?" He said, "Whatever." Shaquille O'Neal put in $4 million. You know how much is $4 million got him? Shaquille O'Neal has more than $500 million worth of net worth from Starbucks. Look up Shaquille O'Neal and his Starbucks story. You will see. Just from being in the same lobby and just accepting. Shaquille O'Neal could have been like, "No, I'm not watching your kid, man. Maybe they could accuse me later for touching this boy, something." You know what I mean? Because he has a lot to protect.
I would be like that.
But you see, you just. But remember, you just talked about it. You just talked about risk. This guy is dumb. He don't think. He just take the boy. Because he has good heart. He believes that it's just a kid, I would just talk to him. Yes. Because it's like, what am I wasting my time doing here? I'm waiting for my meeting. You know what I mean? I could watch your boy.
You said something that reminded me. You said something about for America something, and I was last night. I was at the gym. Just went to sauna and some stuff like that, and I was in this jacuzzi. And across was guy. He had 71 years, just as my father, and he was with him was one older guy, 85 years. And they were talking something, old school talk.
Old school talk, yeah.
He came and I was listening and I was like, "When did you come here?" And he says, 48 years ago. And he told me, he says, when I got here, back then was 1970s, says even back then, this guy told me, "You just got here. 3 things you will have to deal with in this country." What are those things? And he told me, flowers with no smell, food with no taste, and woman with no love.
Yes.
And he says 50 years has passed by and those things are still the same
Yes.
in America.
And worse.
flower with no
Yes,
smell,
yes.
food with no taste,
Yes,
woman with no
it's
love.
the same.
And it's all those three things that are different in Montenegro. Like you could smell fucking tomato.
And
You
the
take-
food have taste. The same thing
eat
Nigeria.
tomato and
Yes.
you have orgasms.
And,
eating
and, and, don't,
tomato,
and don't
man.
forget, me and you talked about this in my truck. You know, when I told you the state of women in this country is nothing to write home about. So when you move, like I told you, if it's not somebody you call your wife, you're single, bro. Girlfriend, whatever, you're still single. If you move like you're invested in her, you're making a dangerous mistake. You're making a very dangerous mistake. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she's going to treat you like a business. That's where the no love part comes in. Because someone you love, you don't treat them like a business. Because she tells you she loves you. On the day you guys get divorced, and she show up in that divorce court, she's going to treat you like a business. And you're going to really find out who you married that day. Especially, let's say you're a guy that has $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, you've made significant amount of money in your life, reserved somewhere, visible assets, visible profit. You've made a name for yourself. She will fight you to the death to get some of that.
I told you. I think I told you the story. I knew this guy.
And remember, this doesn't mean that women are bad. It's just the nature of this country.
He used to work
People are in survival
Pepsi.
mode.
He was some big guy for Pepsi. And he's not like he has couple millions, you know. He has like nice house in Florida,
Everything,
like on
yeah.
the island, lives good, like, you know. And he told me he was married, and he says, if you live just like what you're saying, if you live with her and you have connection, and you can have all that, but you don't need to get married. Even if you have kids, he told us,
She's watching you.
you don't need to get married. You don't need because why would I sign papers that I'm married if I don't have to? For who? For me, she's there for me. I'm there for her. But we don't need to officially.
The paper
be
you
married.
sign, when you sign paper in this country, you're taking your balls, you open her hand, and you put your balls in your hand and close it. That's what you just do.
He told me, he's like, learn from my mistakes.
Yes.
He's 12 years with this girl, I mean, the older guy, right? And they're not married. They have even a kid together, but they're not married. I said, why? I'm gonna tell you why. I have 2 kids from previous marriage. And she has 2 kids from previous marriage. But my previous marriage with this lady that I had 2 kids with, he says she was cheating on her. She left with other guy. We got divorced. She took 60% of everything he owned. Even before they got married, whatever he owned, so 60% of everything she took, but not to consider that he's like, I didn't want to divorce, I wanted to stay with her. She cheated on me, she left with other men, they're living together, and she took 60%. What kind of justice in the world is that?
They don't care about men in this
I
country.
understand. You cheated on your wife, you left her. Okay, she has right to take something. You fucked up. You fucked up marriage. But she is the one that fucked up marriage and took money and everything. It makes no
This
sense.
country doesn't matter. They give priority to the women. You see what I'm saying? They give priority to the women, and that's okay. But I tell men, don't blame the women.
I don't.
Just move accordingly. Like that, your guy, he's smart. He's learned his lesson. But you see, you and I, we don't have to learn that lesson
Somebody else.
because we have the
For us.
information already. You see what I'm saying? This is the value of what?
Information.
Information. Listen, brother. Information is what modern, like it's priceless. You see? Did you notice something about most men here? Have you noticed anything about most of the men here? They are not married. Look around. You know what I'm saying?
Don't look like it, right?
Just look at everybody's left hand. Nobody's mad. I've been paying attention. You know? Because for you to be able to soak in this kind of time, because this is personal time, most married men cannot afford to. Somebody's going to call their phone. Where are you? You're at the cigar lounge? And you left me here with the kids? You see, this is why I should leave you. You know what I mean? And that's how it started. That's why every woman I've ever dated, they're jealous of my time. Remember, women always tell you this, I just want your time. Why do they want your time? It's the most valuable thing you own.
I think the key,
Because if they get your time, they get everything else.
I think the key to real happiness is a woman. But
I think it's children. I don't think it's women.
But I think in this century, this time, it's so hard to get that.
I don't think the key to happiness is a woman. It's never been. Because remember, Adam was, if you believe the Bible, if you're a Christian, Adam was happy before Eve came along. God just wanted to add to his joy a company, a support system. Women are support system. We men, I don't know if you've examined yourself, right? And when you're happiest. I've examined myself and when I'm happiest. I'm happiest when I'm working, producing, adding value to this planet, helping other men, and adding value to my life. When I make profit, when I meet men like you, and we can exchange information and rub minds, it's the happiest I've ever been. When I'm with women, most of the time I'm arguing. I'm trying to get them to see my point. I have one of my girlfriends. This girl never listens to me. And everything I tell her, whenever she tries to listen to what I tell her, she go apply it, it works. But she gives me a hard time before she listens to me all the time. But I have a couple of young guys that I mentor. Everything I've ever told them, they go do it. Money everywhere. But the person that I'm sleeping with, the person that I have the best intentions for, the person that I told her, no, I don't think you should be driving a Hyundai because a Hyundai is not a good car. Let's get you a Lexus. The person that I've shown her evidence after evidence after evidence that I have good intention for her, she never listens to me.
But tell me,
And you know why? Let me tell you why. Women don't want to listen to men in this country. They want to be independent, and not only that, they want to be right. Women feel
But that is only this country. I mean, not only.
I think it's global, my brother. It's just like the degree. Because here's the truth. Let me tell you why I think it's global. Have you asked yourself what it would look like if women in Montenegro, right, or Nigeria, had the same opportunity as women in America? What they would move like?
That is the story. It comes to that story where I told you that guy from Morocco said my wife stays home.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to give her opportunity. Because I was thinking, look.
It's not even opportunity. It doesn't
You
want to
were
expose
talking
her.
how with the money you can manipulate. And,
Yeah, you can do what you want.
But look at this. Okay, I have millions, let's say. I go back to Montenegro. I found village girl.
Yes.
I park my Porsche and she goes wet right away.
Well, even if you don't have a Porsche,
This is-
if you just look good, you smell good, you go to the gym,
But
the average thing will impress her.
Even take her on dinner.
On the,
Like guys don't do that. It's expensive to spend 50, 60, 70 euros and you make 15 euros a day. It's impossible. That's the same like you would pay $1,500 lunch.
brother, listen, you're overthinking it. I just give you an example. You came to me to buy catalytic converter. Business was so successful, you gave me a gift. And I'm telling you, it has never happened to me in my life. So you don't have to explain Montenegro to me. I'm from Montenegro. I understand. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? We have the same experience. I know what you're talking
But
about.
look, let me tell you, you get this girl, she's gonna be impressed. I promise she's gonna love you and everything. But that moment when you say, baby, let me take you, let's go on vacation. I'm going to America, do some business and stuff. Go with me. Let's go Miami couple days. This and that. You take her to Miami. Nice bars, beaches, hotels. She says, "Damn, this guy's living her
The
best
good
life."
life,
But if you're living best life, she's living the best life. Remember, if you interact with rich people, she's interacting with rich people. She already moved her limits from village girl
Oh no, she think this is her new level now.
to very successful lady.
It's called hypergamy.
Hi?
Hypergamy. That's what it's called.
Hypergamy?
Hypergamy. She's trading up.
Yeah.
She's gone from village girl now. So when she goes back to her village, all the guys in her village, right? They're not on her level no more. Because she's been to Miami. She's hung around rich guys. She can now claim that I know, even if you leave her, she said, I've dated a guy that took me to Miami. So if you're gonna come after me, you have to be able to take me to Miami.
Exactly.
You have to be able to take me to Morocco. You have to be able to take me to Switzerland. You have to take me to where I've never been. Because why? This village in Montenegro is no more my level. The guys here are not on my plane. My new plane is to where my Montenegro boyfriend took me, Miami.
So I'm telling you, it's not enough just to come with money and get her if you want her for life. It's not that moment, but then people are gonna say like this Moroccan guy, I don't let my wife go anywhere. Take her to a nice restaurant, say, hey baby, I'm just going to watch for 5 minutes.
Is she pretty?
In these 5 minutes,
Yes.
she's
10
gonna
guys is gonna-
exchange, maybe not on flirting level, but she's gonna exchange looks, information. Somebody's gonna come
And offer
hey,
her
are you
something better.
alone?
Yeah.
And she's gonna be, oh no, my husband, oh your husband, oh sorry, I just wanted maybe to buy you a drink, but okay, you know, I came here with this, and she's gonna, oh this guy wants me, look at
Yeah.
him.
People want me.
Damn.
Because 10 guys talk to her, it's like, okay, this guy is not my only option. I
And
have
then
10
she's
options.
gonna say, Richard Mill, this guy is, bro, is
She's
and
paying
then
attention.
You go back to hotel, and she goes, hey baby, I'm just going to buy ice cream, like, you know, she wants to go out now.
Or not even that, she might start a quarrel. She might start a quarrel. So that you can kick her out or you go out yourself. And then she can now go explore those options.
And then, just one day.
It just
is
takes one-
enough.
Listen,
Not even one day,
listen, my
just
brother.
1 hour is enough for her to
No,
change
no, 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 no.
whole.
Listen, brother, you're saying 1 hour. How long does it take to have sex?
Can be even 2 minutes.
There you go, 30 seconds sometimes. The guy busts fast. You know what I mean? It can happen in seconds. It can happen in seconds. There have been situations, you go and watch on YouTube, you see like guys that left their girlfriend, the girlfriend say, oh, let me go get some ice in the hallway. And she sneaked into the next room where some other guy is waiting for her, have sex, and then come back into the, you know what I mean? This thing happened all day. You just have to, the thing I learned about women is this. Some of the secrets to keeping women, don't make choices for them. Don't make choices for them. Tell them what you're not going to accept. Right? That's number one. Tell them your rules, have boundaries. Tell them what you're not going to accept. Number two, don't ever pedestalize a woman. Don't put her here and put yourself down. Always make sure she's not the focal point of your life. I don't care who this woman is, all the way from Montenegro to Miami. Always live your life of abundance. Like there's so many other women that you have. Women love things they can have. When you went to the washroom, why was she entertaining other guys and looking around? It's because you're not present. But when she feels that maybe when you went to the washroom, there's another lady there, you see, all of a sudden, all those guys there become invincible. Because she's now worried that the guy that she's with, she doesn't have him locked down. She's not sure about him. This guy could leave me in Miami. This guy can abandon me at any moment. You know what I mean? Especially when she's with you and some girls are telling you, hey, you smell good, or they're flirting with you. This is the best position for a man to be in. When you're a man in this kind of position, no woman ever leaves you. No woman. Any woman that accepts you, she's there chasing you. The worst mistake you can make as a man, based on my experience and what I've learned from other men, is you as a man submitting to a woman that you don't plan to commit to and you've not tested, and letting her know that she has all your devotion and love. Big mistake. Always make her question her place. You know what I mean? have a bigger goal. I don't care what that goal is. Money, your business, your interest, whatever it is. Always have a bigger goal than her. She will never leave you. When she knows that you don't worship her, she's there for life. But any day she feels like, oh, then I have this guy covered. You see, she's like, this one is in my purse. She starts to look around for something else to add to her catalog. You know what I mean? But when women love security.
That's true. That's true.
When you deny her security, she's running after you for life. That's the perfect position to have a woman. Have her always questioning her play.
Look, when is the lie? Like, what man in the world? Like, just tell me. Okay, ask any woman. Would you date a guy who works in McDonald's? Find me one girl that says yes. But ask any guy, would you date a girl that works in McDonald's? What he's gonna say? I don't give a shit.
Not even that. You don't need to ask. Billionaires have done it. Bill Gates married his secretary, like the girl that was just over there bringing him files and stuff like that. He just came out of his office.
Women don't care about your position.
But you see, you and I are saying the same thing. The girl in Montenegro, right? If she just meets a guy that is a little bit socially elevated, a guy that works at McDonald's in Montenegro, dresses well, smells good, goes to the gym a little bit, she would prefer that guy over all the other guys that don't go to the gym, don't smell good, don't look good. You see, but that is a little bit level above the rest. But now, if you now introduce a guy that can take her to Miami, you see how women function? The same girl in Montenegro that would take the guy that works at McDonald's but dresses well, smells good, and goes to the gym, right? Now, she will reject the guy that goes to the gym, dresses good, and smells good in Montenegro. She will reject that guy.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So it's all about what you expose her to. You see what I mean? So at the end of the day, let's not act like women are these creatures that we have control over. We don't. Adam could not hold down Eve. What makes you feel you can hold down any woman? God, that they said is perfect, made Eve, gave her to Adam, and she fucked him over.
I saw this meme. It says Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos
Could not keep a woman.
couldn't keep a woman.
What makes you think that you
will?
You have no chance. You have no chance. These people have billions. These people have unlimited money. They can't finish the money. Their children cannot finish the money. Their grandkids cannot finish the money. Their great grandkids cannot finish the money.
Look at the what was his name? Tom Brady, right? The biggest quarterback of all time.
She left him and fucked the yoga instructor. Yoga. It's a yoga. No, judo instructor. Judo.
Karate.
Yeah, judo. There was a judo instructor because she's from Brazil.
So
Jiu-jitsu instructor.
So literally, be nice, but you're very good looking.
You're the best, one of the best looking human beings in the United States.
Bitches are literally
Throwing themselves at you.
They're like, if you show yourself on something, you have all my English, but you're so fucking famous. Like
You have all the cars, all the house, all the contracts, all the money, everything. That shows you how women think. Sometimes they don't have sex with those men because those men are valuable, right? They are feelings. It might just be at a moment where you are not available. You are out there pursuing your ambitions. You're there pursuing your goals, your dreams. But she wants her feelings to trump those things. That's why I tell you what I tell you. When it comes to a woman, right? You never ever put them above anything you're doing. Tom Brady did not put her above himself and his career. What ended up happening to Tom Brady? He ended up with a younger girl, prettier, no kids. Men are always going to win. Remember I told you this the last time? That the only way a man can lose on this planet is to go on Lakeshore Drive and jump in front of a truck. Or go to the highest building and jump off the top of that building. For you to lose as a man, you have to self-sabotage. You have to basically destroy yourself. As long as you're a hard-working man, you're ready to do the work, every day you wake up and put yourself first, you will never lose. Men can lose.
You see, also I saw this meme, it's funny to me, it says like, man's revenge, and then he goes like, like those emojis, plane, watch,
Yes,
surfing,
sports car.
motorcycle, sport car, stuff
That's
like
it.
that, money, and then it says woman's revenge. And
go have
those
it.
emojis of like
Eggplant,
people,
eggplant.
like white, yellow,
Yes.
and then many of them like this. But it's seriously like that. If you break up with your girl right now, wife, doesn't matter, she's gonna right away
Go to another guy. Trust me, there's a saying, right?
You're not going to fuck for 3 months.
Yes,
You
you're
know,
gonna go hustle
be
harder.
like, you know what? Fuck this, I'm tired, I don't want any relationship, I don't want any
Focus on myself.
connection. I focus, make money, travel, this and that. But the last thing out of serious relationship, if you love the last thing for a man is going to be, I'm going to fuck something right now. I don't give a shit for this, I'm tired.
Especially if
Let
she
me
leaves you
focus
because you don't have money. You go and get that
on
money.
something. She thinks right away, fuck this guy, I'm going to fuck something.
Kevin Costner, he was shooting Yellowstone, one of the most successful TV series in history. His wife threatened divorce. He cancelled the show. They had to cut the show short. This show was successful. He went back to go save his marriage. Guess what happened? She still divorced him. Guess who she was fucking? The guy that leased them the house. The guy that lives next to their neighbor. She was sleeping with their neighbor. Kevin Costner. The almost billionaire Kevin Costner. She left Kevin to go have sex with the neighbor. I'm telling these people are not worth putting anywhere. Let me tell you the hierarchy of life. It's God, your purpose, yourself, your kids, your family. Your wife is like number 5. Or whatever woman you're with. Women are not supposed to be on the list. You just manage them based on behavior.